I'm just switching us over and we'll just continue talking.
Yeah.
Because that's what I did. Hello, everyone. We're doing an impromptu hangout stream, essentially, because our plans for the evening were altered. So here we are. We're just kind of hanging out and seeing what we're gonna end up doing, I suppose. So far, we've come up with astrological signs. Is that what we were talking about?
We're trying to figure out everybody's astrological sign.
I mean, I'm curious as to what bows would be. I don't know. How do you find that?
You just type in what astrology sign is and then the month and day.
What?
That's what I've always done. Interesting. Viola's a Gemini.
Oh, okay. Let's see. Astronomical. Oh, wait. This is zodiac. That's different, right?
Astronomical sign?
Shh. Wait, so this is zodiac. I feel like zodiac is different, right? Zodiac is not the same as that, or is it?
I don't do this
Zodiac
stuff.
sign is the same.
Oh,
Unless
it
it's
is the same?
Chinese zodiac or something. I don't know if that's still called the zodiac. Astrology is your zodiac sign.
Oh, okay. Huh. All right, let's see. Bo is October 13th. May, June. Oh, wait. Yours is June, right? For Viola. So you'd be a Gemini, which according to this, your element is air. Your ruling planet is Mercury. Zodiac symbol is twins. Birthstone is emerald and pearl, which I feel like emerald kind of would fit with her. I don't know about pearls.
Except that her whole outfit's blue and gold, not green.
I pearl would fit better with her look.
Yeah,
the pastiness of it.
What is this? It just says fall south node. What is that? Is this what would be our downfall? I'm so confused. Wait a minute. Look at this.
Know. What
so I switched over. You can see what I'm looking at. her spirit color is yellow, so they got that. Spirit color yellow.
South node. Oh, hey!
Yeah.
Oh, that's perfect.
Key traits, communicative. Not really. She is curious and outgoing. I would say pretty impulsive and funny. So I think those all work out. The third both sign in the zodiac, Gemini, is playful and curious. In terms of love, they are called players of the zodiac. They keep their options open until they find the one.
Did Viola keep her options open until she found Storka?
I feel like she's keeping it pretty
if
open.
you look at the trajectory of her love life, it seems that she just kind of jumps every time an opportunity comes around.
August. Oh yeah, October. So Bo would be a Libra.
Okay, so apparently there are different nodes of your birth chart. There's like a south node and a north node.
And what does
Apparently
fall
there's
mean?
only two.
So Bo's element is also, yours was air too, wasn't it? So we got two elements of air. His ruling planet is Venus. Zodiac symbol is scales. His fall is the sun, which is kind of appropriate.
He is a vampire.
Exactly.
That would suck him in the real world.
Both stones is opal gemstone. Is it opal like a dark color?
Ooh, I love
There could be a lot of opals, and opal is also considered unlucky unless it's your birthstone.
Oh, shoot. I literally only wear opal, and it's not my birthstone.
Uh-oh. His spirit color is pink and blue.
Hey, that's close to Cynthia's colors. It's a match made in heaven.
No.
He's got the little button.
Oh, okay. Here's the best part. Key traits: friendly, extroverted. But they do have clever. I would say he's clever out of those. Get Bo a pink and blue outfit. Well, he does have that pink button. Is this in reference to Razia's Shadow, the album? Matthew, yes. So this is in reference to Forgive Durden's Razia's Shadow album. We have a D&D session that our DM created like a homebrew world that's an offshot of it. So it does have some like callbacks to the album. It's inspired by that. So yes, that is what's going on. Now, what's going on right now is an improv session where we're just basically talking about D&D and our campaign, but it's not technically, as you might be surprised, but this is not part of the campaign itself. There is a playlist with all of our sessions. Currently, it's up to 34 videos.
34.
Yeah, 34. That's awesome. I have a tattoo of the album.
I just made that thumbnail.
Nice. Wait, so when you say you got a tattoo of it, like what is the design type thing? Because I'm curious now, because there's lots of different ways that you can do
tattoos, I've been thinking so intensely about getting a Viola-related tattoo.
What would you get?
I kind of want to get like her crown and maybe like a sword or something like that. I feel like that could be really fun. There's this picture that I saw on Pinterest. Let me see if I can find it.
Okay. But Matthew, if you'd like, you could also join our Discord, and then we could see your tattoo if you want to share a picture. I have tattoos of multiple characters from the album art. I see. So you're talking about the found or the original like album art? Because I remember seeing some of those visuals, and some of them are really cool. Some of them are kind of creepy. Some of them get a little bit creepy. But I personally have listened to the album multiple times. I don't know if Catherine or Kassie have gotten to the album.
Listened to it a couple times.
Catherine has now gotten to it.
There yet.
I will say one of my favorite songs is called "The Doctor." Or it's called either The Doctor, or Doctor. It's something doctor related. So when the character that was introduced and they were known as the Doctor came in, I was all on board. I was like, give me the journal. That's part of the reason why I wanted him to get the journal. I was like, yes, give it to me. Oh wait, so there's a little bit more for Bo. Oh geez, why is there like a whole thing? Libras are likable. Libras are likable, charming, and social butterflies of astrology. They see the good in everything, and they have good social skills. These sides enjoy being with people and love to have a wide network of friends. They have an active sense of humor and are eager about the topics that shift their interests. They pride themselves on being fair-minded, and you can see them walking into the fight and working it out between them as they are peace-oriented people. Wow, astrology is so accurate, you guys.
Feel Rosita.
Brad, if you're hanging out and you have birthdays for NPCs, let us know, because I would be so interested in what their astrological sign is.
Okay, I have a question though. Be like, could this apply maybe to like a young Bo?
So here's the thing. I would say definitely from when he was younger, this would be almost all applicable for him a while ago. So.
Oh, I think Snow would be a Gemini
Snow is
too.
June 24th. Yeah, you would be, well, let me see.
Either a Gemini or a Cancer. I'm not
He
sure
might, I think he might be a Cancer, because that's really close to my actual birthday.
I feel like a Cancer would be
and I know I'm a Cancer.
I am also a Cancer.
Oh, you know what? I think he's just on the cusp. Oh, June 24th? Oh, that's one day before my birthday in real life. So he is a Cancer. Or 23rd. I don't remember. All right, here. So, okay, this is actually...
Snow's actual birthday anyway?
This is actually pretty on
we
point,
just
though.
Celebrate Snow's birthday in not what would be considered June.
Yeah, in August. Well, he didn't know his back then. It's a late birthday party. So
we're never gonna make it to Viola's birthday.
And Bo's is coming up. So his element is water, which is on point for his name anyway. Ruling planet is the moon. His zodiac symbol is crab. Fall is Mars. His birthstone is moonstone, ruby, pearl, emerald. He has a lot. All right.
He does carry a pearl. He has one of those.
So that is true.
Oh, yeah.
100 gold piece pearl. And then key traits: loyal, caring, friendly, helpful, emotional. I would say this is, I feel like this is pretty accurate for him with the key traits. Let's see. Fourth astrological sign, Cancer, is sensitive and emotional, and many focuses on their family. This sign is guided by the heart and emotions, and they feel challenged to fit in the world. This sign is good listeners and is good at keeping all your secrets. Nonetheless, they have trust issues, and they overthink 24/7.
Oh, man.
Oh, there's a compatibility. Cancer is most consistent with water signs, Scorpio and Pisces. These signs understand the emotional language of Cancer. Yeah, I think besides the overthinking, I feel like a lot of these things do kind of fit the mark.
It's a better fit than Bo.
Yeah.
Well,
like I said, Bo grew out of being a what was it, Libra? I think that's what it was. I think, Bo just grew out of his Libra stage.
Growing pains.
Literally.
Overall, I missed some of the other stuff about. Overall, this sign has great taste, and they relish the beautiful things in life. So if you cut off that last part, I feel like Bo does have good taste.
Bo thinks that he has great taste.
Yeah.
He does relish the beautiful things in life. You consider blood beautiful.
This is true. Good evening, everyone. What did I miss? So far we've just been doing astrological signs, and we determined that Bo's is almost spot on.
And there's the calendar
too. And I do see Hollow Vigil. I wonder if that would be similar to like a Day of the Dead related thing.
Maybe. I need to look at the calendar again. I kind of put it away because I think Brenna said she was working on it more at one point.
Gotcha.
So assuming it lines up
Night of Souls?
Assuming it lines up mainly with when is that?
That
I think would technically be February 4th.
February 4th?
Atalas.
February is
4th
in
Hollow Glow.
So February 4th?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Night of Souls. That sounds very stay encoded.
Night of Souls. Fetch me their souls. So you'd be an Aquarius. If you want me to bring up the calendar notes, just tell me. Well, if you have NPCs that you want to know about their birth signs, you can let us know. Let's see. So for Sayan, her element would be air, which considering she flies, that works. Ruling planet is Uranus. Zodiac symbol is water bearer. Birthstone is amethyst, opal, sugulite. I don't know, garnet, and jasper. I didn't realize jasper is a stone.
Oh, Jasper's a
then
really pretty one. That's
key
cool.
traits is clever, innovative, analytical, technical, truthful.
That's pretty accurate.
Well,
Let me see. The 8th astrological sign, Aquarius, are deep thinkers, known for high intellectual skills. They are freedom-loving people who do not care what others think, as they share a unique and original vibe. This sign is not afraid to change. They do not depend on others. They don't like when people tell them what to do. They also are good at hiding their feelings. They are kind of social birds, but won't force themselves to be involved unless they want to.
yeah, aside from the high intellectual skills, this isn't too far off. Stan's not book smart.
I think depending on the avenue, because when you bring up like necromancy, for example, I feel like she was able to carry out, I would say, an intellectual conversation on it.
She's got those magic smarts and religion smarts.
Yeah, so I think it depends on the conversation. I can see it going her way. Yeah. Apparently,
out of
Capricorn.
The members, maybe besides Bo, I feel like Stan would probably be up there as far as who's the most intellectual.
How we measure it. Snow can be pretty smart. He's a bard of lore and all.
I don't know. Josh doesn't seem convinced. He just said, "Ha."
I want to know, like, Bryn, can we have like Nora's birthday and I don't know, maybe Storkum's birthday, and then we could look at the compatibility between Gemini and whatever Storkum is.
Josh does bring up a good. If you look at stats, it would go Bo, Snow, and then everybody else. Because I'm pretty sure you guys both have 10 in intelligence, right? Or
Cassie Same might have an 11. What did I
don't know what Viola's is. Let me look. I feel like she has an unusually high intelligence. She has a 14 intelligence.
Oh, so you're tied. So you're tied with Snow then.
Look at us go. Viola just doesn't act it or use it at all. So,
well, there's your intelligence and there's the wisdom, and those can go sort of hand in hand. Sometimes it's helping you figure out how to act, and being high in one doesn't mean you're good in the other.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Interesting.
David and I were actually talking about this the other day, that Viola actually does have pretty high wisdom, and I probably should have swapped it with her charisma, but it's too late for that now. Her wisdom's a 15.
Well, perhaps you have high wisdom when we're in high social status environments.
That's what I'm thinking, like that, and then like also just in like
Nora's birthday is May 13th.
Sorts of things potentially.
Yeah, so there's different places to draw wisdom or whatever, display wisdom, however you want to say it. Hi, I'm looking up Nora right now. Hers is in May. Doom.
Excuse me. I knew I shouldn't have drank a carbonated drink. Poor choices.
So Nora's a Taurus. Her element is Earth. Her ruling planet is Venus. Her symbol is the bull. Her birthstone is diamond, sapphire, rose, garnet, emerald, quartz. Her fall is Uranus. Her color is green. And her key traits are ambitious, loyal, determined, grounded, sensual.
Pelican's getting it.
She is married. now we know how that worked out. I have this. The second astrological sign, Taurus, is chill in nature. They love a luxurious life, so they can mostly see them spending on massages and vacations. These earth signs mostly share their passion for arts. They even work smartly, which helps them succeed in their career goals. While it's about their heart, they are loyal, but must feel secure to commit. As long as signs are not taken for granted, they stick with the same person for the long term. Okay, I
I'm
guess.
Uh,
Taurus do not want to be involved in unexpected relationships as they need financial security and stability. So the best signs that match these signs are Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. Taurus is less compatible with Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. Taurus is jealous, so it's hard for them to maintain a stable relationship with these three signs.
oh, Nora.
I ain't saying she a gold digger. This is brilliant for so many reasons I can't explain until this side quest is unlocked.
Give us the side quest. We will take it.
All the side quests.
I mean, how many times do we have to barge into a house before she just gives us a quest? We've barged into a house so many
Apparently
times.
at least one
We
more.
need to find the basement. That's where the side quest is. One place in our house we haven't been.
Maybe it's underneath the garden in the backyard.
We need to
Oh.
go grave digging.
I got a shovel.
And get your shovel.
My gosh. So, do you have
any other NPC birthdays, Bryn? I'm enjoying this so much.
what about her husbands? Because I'm wondering if they're actually compatible
what I was
according to their
thinking, too.
chart.
When is Elikin's birthday?
Sounds like you're doing a Google search.
No, we're doing a
Alexa.
Brenda search.
Wait, no, Alexa, don't listen to me. I actually have one of those in my room. I forgot.
Didn't quite catch that. Say that again.
I mean, it's fun. Like, if you know people are going to be listening to this, just be like, Alexa, Alexa, what is her name? Alexa, Alexa,
Yeah.
what is the weather? And then, like,
Will-
eventually,
will
like,
not
she'll
play
just
it
talk.
again.
Yeah.
More
That's what- I
importantly,
was
when
watching
is
Love is
Elikin's
Blind,
death?
And one of the girls on there's name was Alexa, and it kept making that go off.
Who knows? Maybe we'll get to give Elikin his death day at some point.
When is Elikin's
That's all I'm
birthday?
saying.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm still not convinced of disliking Elikin yet as a player. I think as Bo's perspective on him is indifferent.
Is there another NPC that we could see Nora going better with than Elikin?
I feel like she needs to work on herself.
She needs to live her single life.
I think she just learns a lot about herself, and she needs to actually figure out what to do with all of that and how to process that healthily, not the way she is right now, before she actually tries to pursue a relationship.
That makes sense. That makes sense. What if we hooked up
What if we hooked up?
Nora and Goro? The forbidden ship, Nora and Goro.
Why Gororo? Could he even marry? I don't know the rules on his position.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Brad, you have to answer that. Can Gororo even marry? We don't even know. Or maybe Jeremy. She becomes a sugar mom.
She divorces Elikin. Takes all his money.
Yeah, she takes all of Elikin's money and then she.
Oh my gosh, I need to see this happen.
Jeremy do be charismatic.
It's all that
Being
stuff that
Jeremy's
Viola
charismatic
did for him.
I feel, yeah, I don't know. That situation, I feel like she would just be very motherly.
Oh,
I
Jeremy.
just feel like Jeremy has this whole side that the rest of the guardianship knows, and we've just seen like the worst part of him.
I don't know. I
and
feel
his
like potentially we've
awkwardness
seen the
and
best
his-
part of him.
Maybe
That's true.
Jeremy.
He's
For
the
those of
real
you that
Jeremy.
watch Game of Thrones, maybe Jeremy's like a Podrick.
I don't know. I see him more as a Hodor. I don't know. I mean, in theory, he might be a bit sinister, I suppose. I don't know. He
He
does.
was headed to Bull Swamp at some point.
On the upside, we do know he can defend himself very well against the bandits that we killed pretty easily. So,
What if he was
I'm not-
acting though?
I mean, maybe he was acting. But all I
Maybe
know
it's
is,
all an
as it
act and Jeremy's the
stands,
BBEG.
as it stands, I have very low concerns as far as Jeremy being like a direct threat, as far as like him just straight out attacking us. I could see him doing like scheming stuff in the background that could screw
I
us
think
over.
he's a background worker. I don't think at this point he's going to come and outright attack us, yeah. But I definitely don't trust him. I don't.
Maybe Jeremy just doesn't even know what he's a part of, and it's just wrong place, wrong time.
What would be really funny is if Jeremy wasn't even a part of anything until Bo started stealing his stuff. And it became
like,
just
"I need
this
better
vendetta. It became a vendetta. That was what he was promised. He was promised vengeance.
The strength to
He's actually a
overcome
vengeance
Bo's
paladin.
thievery. He was promised better perception to get past Bo's sleight of hand.
Never.
Oh my gosh.
Huh.
Jeremy and Stan swap perception.
That would be quite a thing if they were to do that. Oh, what is this?
What is what?
Share with the
Looking at
class,
some of
please.
these. I'm looking at some of these quizzes. Okay, actually, I don't really like any of these quizzes.
Oh boy.
Here's a question to
Josh just gave us a
discuss.
question.
Who do we think will have the first kiss in the campaign? I can tell you who I see having the no kiss or last kiss.
I can also see that.
Would be either, I would say it would be a tie between Bo and Stan, because I don't think either one of them are looking. I would say more definitively on Bo, just because, I mean, I play him, so I know his stance on things, but I feel like Stan's in a similar boat.
See, Stan wouldn't necessarily be afraid of kissing someone to get something she needed, though.
Oh, I guess that's true.
That is true. Didn't we say
Okay,
that
no
already
mind.
happened?
Yeah.
No mind, I could see Bo doing it that way. So it depends. Are you meaning like first kiss for like love reasons, or do you just mean a kiss in general? I guess that's the determined factor.
Let's just discuss both.
So I think for love reasons, then I would definitely still put Bo at like the tail end. If it was for manipulation reasons or to get something out of it, then I could see him like doing it next session if it opened itself up to it.
I do think though, for manipulation things, I think that would come up as a choice for Stan before it would come up as a choice for Bo, because she's done that before, and we saw what she was doing with Yonai to try and keep his attention.
Yeah, I don't know,
So-
because right now I feel like there's a lot more. Yeah, I don't know.
Bo kisses Nina to shut her up.
I mean, so something that came up, and it came up in like I could see him also doing it from like a practical sense if they were fighting somebody that was doing magic to break off their vocal components. No, for vocal components, he just lay it on them so that way the kids. We had a one shot that Bob ran back, and I was playing a ranger, and I almost had him run up and do that to the wizard they were fighting, so that way he would stop casting spells at them. Can you kiss it? I would kiss as an action.
Not
Kissing a free action.
Avoid it. It's fine.
Poor Yonai.
Look.
I would
I
say
was gonna make that happen between Stan and Yonai
Counter
in the
spell,
Sims,
kiss
but
edition.
Arno came along first, so
yeah. I would say if it wasn't for ulterior motives, like if it was just like a genuine thing, I see
Oh,
it being
wait, we can kiss as a
Viola.
reaction if we're in melee range.
yeah.
All right. I would see from a genuine standpoint Viola being the first person.
Yeah.
And then from there, I feel like it's kind of up in the air. I don't know exactly. I feel like Snow wouldn't kiss somebody for like manipulative purposes, but I could be wrong on that. I could see him not being willing to do that though. So, and I think they still are trying to get over his broken heart with the one person who I'm blanking on the name of.
What was her name?
Yeah.
Ivy? Okay.
Yeah, so I don't see him really kissing anybody at all for those two reasons. I could see him making an illusion where it looks like he's kissing somebody, but
I don't know, he can be pretty charming, so he might.
No, I mean, I think that he would charm somebody, but I think he would stop it beyond kissing somebody. But that's just my thinking from his reaction with like the date and all of that. Like he seemed very uncomfortable with that.
I'm sad we missed out on that date. I wanted all the juicy details. Which I'm sure there weren't very many like juicy details in terms of what's considered juicy, but
Hey, look, I think we might be going see Fate again at some point, so maybe we can.
that is true. I need to start rewatching the old episodes because I have no idea what happened when we left off.
What
It
happened?
was fun.
I don't know where we left off in the last campaign. Like, I can't remember. I know
really?
we killed a bunch of zombies, but like, I don't remember. There were no.
Well, I mean, Bo would at least. So they just questioned what's her face, and she showed like
She's got a diamond and a ruby stone in her back.
which, based off of the length of their conversation versus the length of the conversation that Bo had over there, Bo would be at least arriving in the house. Maybe Viola kept up with them.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because
No,
y'all just
Viola didn't
encountered
keep
the
up with
ruby
them.
shield.
I forgot
or
we were
whatever.
outside trying to make our way back.
Making your way downtown.
Yeah, so I feel like at the point that we would be starting, Bo and Kassie would be just getting into the house with everybody.
Bo and Kassie.
Never mind. Bo and Viola would be just getting into the house where they're having the little powwow. Is where we left off with that.
Where we are and planning our next move.
I don't know if we have a
Oh, we got
definitive
it all
next
planned
move.
out. We've got such a solid plan. We're so ready to go. You're not gonna know what hit you.
Yeah, that.
What?
Yeah, we've got a plan. You don't know the plan?
Definitely.
We'll include
it's a
you in the
plan.
plan. You know the
We got
one.
it. It's the one with the thing and the thing.
Mm-hmm.
What? Yeah, I think.
Because the only thing we planned. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that was the plan.
It
that
made
we
me
had.
think of the episode from whatever show that we watched, David, for the reaction things.
Oh, you're
Where
talking
they go off
about
to fight the
Vox
dragon
Machina,
and they go to that.
the
magic
guy's
shop and
house.
take all
Oh
the
yeah,
things.
shop. I'm trying to remember his name.
I can't remember his name.
I
either,
want to
but
say
they
it's
take all the things
Coriander,
and
but I
say
know
nothing
it's
for
not.
them. I hope that happens with Fate. I want some fun.
Wait, the magic shop in Vox Machina?
Yeah, it was
Did
run
they go to
by
Gilmore's?
Gilmore. That's it. Yeah,
Gilmore's Glorious Goods.
yeah, that's
Mhm.
it.
I
You
want that to
mentioned
happen. We go to
Swamp,
Fate
but don't
and get
remember
fun
in front of whom. I don't think we mentioned it in front of anybody, potentially Nora, but I think we stopped talking about it when she was there because we didn't want to say it in front of Nina.
Viola might have said it in front of Nina. I mean, I wouldn't put it past her.
I can check the notes later.
Yeah.
Or maybe right now. Let's see the
The
little note.
tome.
It's like almost 800 pages.
Is it really?
Jeez.
Yeah.
I feel like I don't open it very much anymore because it like makes my computer hurt.
Yeah, it slows down a lot.
We'll start a new one as soon as we get like to a good art point or something.
Yeah. I feel like it would help on the pages if my stuff wasn't included in there because I've not added to that stuff in I don't
Honey,
even know how long.
You've got like less than 10 pages. That's not going to make a difference with the 751 pages we're at.
Yes, that's true. That is not going to make a
I
huge
think
difference.
it's at almost
Got the
25
rubies.
wait, almost 250,000 words.
Oh my gosh. That's insane.
I feel like that's longer than some books.
That's
Mhm.
longer than a lot of books. Most
Okay.
books these days are going to fall between like 90 and 120. Except
The
for your
tome is
epic fantasies.
really a book. That's what we need to do is we need to like publish the tome.
I feel like we
I
would,
want a leather-bound tome right here on my desk where I can look things up the old-fashioned way. A Razia encyclopedia. That's what I need as an addition for my desk.
I've got a printed out version of another campaign's first tome. It's very fun to have.
See, I feel like it would just be interesting to see like how thick it would be.
Not as thick as you'd think.
That's true. I've tried opening the dock on my phone before too, and it just doesn't even work. I gave up on that dream a long
That
time
stuff
ago.
worked after we hit like 200 pages though.
Are we
would
gonna
not
go
propose.
find Lear and tell her what's going on? I miss Lear.
We have at some point like a list of people to try and like send a sending to and be like, hey, this is what's up.
So
Viola's worried about Storkham and what he'll think of her as a criminal now.
the question for you two: do we want to find out which character from The Office you are for our characters?
I love The Office.
I have not seen most of The Office. We watched some select clips of it in my business classes in college, but that was about it.
Yeah, I know I haven't seen all of it in its fruition. Is that the right thing? Oh, there's a BuzzFeed quiz party.
Quiz party?
Yeah.
What is that?
It makes me think of Quiz Bowl.
Excuse me.
So
Like a Kahoot?
I think
That's what we
basically
need to do. We need to make a Kahoot of Razia trivia and play it on stream sometime.
Alright.
That would actually be so fun. Hi, bud.
all right, so what I'm gonna do, I'm posting a link in our call. Oh, it's
Oh,
moving
boy.
things around a little bit, but it's fine. You can click on that link and we'll basically do this together at once.
Oh.
Okay.
All right, cool. So start the party. 2, 1.
Ooh,
Pick
out
a piece
pick a
of
piece of
art.
art.
Okay, well, I
Art.
feel like
Oh, that's easy.
hmm,
Ooh, pick a hammock.
Oh,
to
you have to keep
relax
I think I'm
scrolling.
actually gonna go with this
Oh,
one.
Snow joined.
Oh,
Yay!
nice.
in.
Hacker voice. I mean, pick a hammock to relax in. Bo doesn't do that.
What's relaxing?
But
Viola
it does
loves
like
to
height,
relax.
so I'm gonna go with what looks like the highest
None
one.
of these are in a graveyard.
What would you like to do professionally? Oh dear, be a professional tweeter. Be a travel. Can you imagine Bo as a travel blogger? Be a professor or singer, have a most popular pod, create incredible fashion designs, be an awesome doctor, CEO of a major, be a famous actor. I'm gonna do be a famous actor.
Really? That's what Bo would want to do? I would have picked the CEO one.
What would you have on your desk?
Oh,
What
role
is
playing
that
paper
fake
shredder.
man?
Yes.
I don't know. I'm tempted to go with the middle one because there's scissors there and there's a pointy.
Ooh,
I'm gonna go with the scissors.
weapons?
Yeah.
Improvised weapons?
In which office would you like to work?
None of these are a graveyard.
I mean, how many offices are
Pick one that
graveyards?
looks the most depressing.
Okay, look, I can see a graveyard from my office. It's right
This
outside my window.
demonstrates seeing one and working in one.
I've worked in it before too. It's very nice, very relaxing.
Oh, I'm already done with the quiz.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah, I've done too.
Nice
Oh,
job.
okay.
Please wait for the other players to finish. Okay.
Whee!
How does it show everybody's results?
I think so. Oh my gosh, Bo got Stanley. Viola, oh my goodness, I can see Viola as Kelly Kapoor so easily. Snow got Pam. Oh, Stan got Stanley too. All right. So I'm gonna hit the read more for Stanley. Oh, okay. I see. There's read more for everyone else. So I'm gonna hit the read more, and then we'll go through. Oh, okay. It opens up that way. You have 0 tolerance policy for the other people's stupidity. And you can't help it. You let it show on your face. You undoubtedly prefer being on your own. But if you have to do it with other people, you can do it, just in short intervals.
Oh my gosh.
So very much does like being the center of attention.
That face picture too there is
Let me
just
see.
perfect expression for Stan and Bo.
So you have a laid-back personality and don't like being the center of attention. Oh, I see what you're saying, Josh. You find it hard to accept your creativity, intelligence, and kindness are pretty awesome qualities. But once you realize how incredible you are, you will shine. And then let's
Aw.
see Viola. You're super sociable and some would say you're a little intense. There's no gossip you haven't heard, and no person of the sex you're interested in that you haven't flirted with. You have a fun, party-loving personality that turns you into a pretty good company, which also lines up with your astrological side, because it says that you're compatible with all of them. You like keeping your options open.
Oh yeah. Look at Viola go. She's gonna be
Viola,
very
little
good at
player.
this.
Ready for the next quiz?
Oh boy,
Mhm.
what's the next one?
I don't know. It didn't
Yeah,
show.
overall that one was pretty accurate.
Yeah. I wasn't expecting that like as like the description for Stanley, so I was like, Stanley.
Oh,
All
let's
right.
pick a new one.
Everyone has a fruit that matches their personality. Everyone has a Disney villain after alter ego. Here's yours. Any of them see good?
Disney villain could be fun.
Yeah.
All right,
I
let's
also
do
just
that.
want to point out that Bo's little icon is a pug, and I feel like it's so perfect. I find that so funny.
I didn't even realize that. I don't know if you can even control that.
I don't think so.
Everyone
Ooh.
had. If you could be any of these animals, which would you be? Bo would be a fox.
There's no horse, and I'm depressed about it. This is
Well, no one wants
rigged.
to be a horse.
Viola
They're-
would want to be a horse.
They're a beast of burden. What's your greatest quality? I am headstrong. I'm smart. I'm persuasive. I mean, so far, Bo would agree with all of these.
I know, I'm reading them and I'm like,
I mean,
Sam would say she's all these things.
oh, okay. He's not patient. He would never say that.
Patience is
Oh,
not a
so I
thing
wouldn't
for
say
Bo.
that he would say he's honest either. So, I'm gonna go with him going with resilient. What's the best way to get back at an enemy? Expose
This
them
is a
all
fun
over
one.
social media, destroy an object that belongs to them, show off about how great your life is, and make sure they see it. Blackmail them, emotionally manipulate someone they love, do some sort of voodoo curse, and curse them. Snitch on
sounds
them to
insane.
someone in authority, sabotage their food or something gross, poison them, but like obvs not kill them. I think you would go with that one. What's a pet peeve of yours? Copycats,
Oh,
messy
I found
people,
Bo's.
rudeness. What do you mean?
Read the next one.
Are you talking about your pet peeves?
Yeah,
Yes.
for Bo.
Invasive of personal space. Being interrupted, overly sensitive, unreliable. Yeah, personal space invaders. Which of these situations would make you most jealous? Seeing a best friend make best friends with someone else, seeing a partner get close to someone that you don't like, being compared to someone who's ultra attractive. Having someone do better than you in a competition, watching someone be rewarded for something you don't think they deserve, getting less attention than your siblings or family members, getting a close friend getting in a new relationship while you're still single, making less money than a coat, watching someone's perfect life on social media.
That one's a hard one.
Yeah. I'm torn between having someone do better than you in a competition and watching someone get rewarded for something you don't think they deserve. I think I'm going to go with that one, though.
I was gonna say that one sounds like Bo to me.
What accessory do you have if you're an evil villain? Ooh. I think I gotta go with Spellbook.
Ooh, yeah, that fits his wizardry.
Yeah. Snow doesn't usually get jealous. I can see that. Which mystical power would you like to have? Bring people back from the dead, eternal life, eternal youth, superhuman strength, transform to another, predict the future, mind control, telepathy. None of these I feel like Bo has particular interest in.
I just chose invisibility for that one little fun moment whenever Viola got to be invisible, but then wasn't really invisible.
I guess I'll go with predict the
That's a
future.
good time.
Because I don't think any of these he would have like a strong feeling towards, but I guess predict the future would potentially be the most useful he'd find.
Always thinking practically.
Pick a weirdly ominous color. Black.
I felt like that was a super weird question.
Yeah, it's phrased in a particular way. That
It's
is a bit
weirdly
odd.
ominous.
Maleficent. Snow got Hades. Stay in Ursula. Captain Hook. I mean, he does use like a sword, does he?
Yeah.
Maleficent.
I love these.
You're just like the mistress of all evil, smart, cunning, and not to be screwed with. Let's see. You relate most to the villain who's evil, but also has a good sense of humor. After all, what's the point of being vengeful if you can't have a little fun?
That's very Snow.
Yeah.
Ursula, there's no one more persuasive and ambitious than Ursula. You two are one in the same. Captain Hook, tick,
All the
tick, tick.
unfortunate souls.
Your personality match is the stealthy Captain Hook. Are they being...
Yeah, because Viola's known for her stealth.
I wonder if they are being sarcastic with that. Because they have tick, tick, tick in front of it. I think it's sarcasm.
That makes sense.
I don't think he ever really sneaks around in that even.
No, I don't think so.
Captain Hook isn't known for stealth either. Yeah. Okay, so I think it was just kind of like a joke.
Tongue in cheek.
Did anybody pick a color other than black for the ominous color?
I chose the reddish one, like the purpley reddish one.
I was like, black I feel like is the only color that's really ominous. Maybe
Yeah.
dark gray?
I feel like the purplish one is what gave you Ursula. Because she has purplish
something
skin.
ominous for her would be different.
Oh, I feel
thought
like
about choosing the blue, but then I was like, wait, that's the color Viola wears all the time.
I feel like the color choice was a big factor in it because I chose black and I got someone that only wore black primarily. You chose blue and you well, not you,
Hades.
but Josh chose blue and he got Hades, and then you chose the purplish and you got Ursula. I feel like that was like a huge factor with those.
I chose black though, and Captain Hook wears a red coat. I guess he has black hair.
I don't know what else. Which Greek god do you embody?
Oh, there's something about a career.
Ooh.
Are you saying ooh about the career or ooh about the Greek god?
Either one.
I think the Greek god could be fun.
All right, we could do that. Oh, gotta go. Dinner time here. All right, sorry I missed that part. Enjoy dinner, Josh. Which nature photo do you feel most drawn to? Okay, I went with the stars.
Like back in high school.
Yeah, pick a career. Writer, historian. All right, from these, I'm gonna go with the lawyer.
I feel like none of these fit Viola's personality at all.
Where would you like to take a vacation the most? Scotland, Japan, Australia, Thailand, Portugal, Iceland. From the pictures, I'm gonna go with Iceland. Which activity would you rather do? Hike, read, go to a new restaurant, watch a movie, explore a new city, paint or draw. Gonna go with read. How would your friends or family describe you? Thoughtful.
Really?
You got the jokes.
I don't know. I feel like either confident or maybe clever. I don't know. How would you think they would describe him? I always find things of being like, how would your friends and family describe you to be a bit of a stupid question, because I feel like
clever
that's a question for them.
I think clever.
Even though he uses his clever skills for not great things sometimes.
Here's an image that calls to you.
Which one of these would call stay in?
I'm gonna go with the.
Bo wants to be in the library with Maria.
Oh.
No, I chose the night sky one. That's what it
who
is,
I
right?
need to make in The Sims for Bo is Maria.
I mean, Maria's too young.
Is she?
I mean, all of these people are too young. Maria might be slightly
Age
closer
is just
to
a
it.
number, David.
Not like you're like almost 2 centuries old.
Oh man.
So, okay. Whoa, how many Athenas? Okay, we got 2 Athenas.
Just us two.
You guys got
And
the same thing
Apollo.
again?
Yeah. So you are most similar to Athena, the Greek goddess of wisdom and war. She is often symbolized by the hour and olive trees. You are likely clever, strategic, and confident.
Yeah.
That's pretty
And
fitting.
You got Apollo. You are the most similar to Apollo, the Greek god of the sun, music, and archery. He is often symbolized by the lyre and laurel
Lyre.
wreath. Well, there's the wreath. You are likely artistic, generous, and fun. Maria is half elf, so likely younger than Bo by a notable amount. Yeah,
Anything is possible in the Sims world. This is
maybe
my
in
world.
the
These
Sims
characters are just
world,
living in
sure.
it.
But I'm just saying, like all of these people
Look,
are
in the
kids.
Sims world, we've got all kinds of ships happening. So
In the Sims world, currently Stan and Arnaud are getting romance together. So we haven't even seen Arnaud in like, well, I was gonna say a
Yeah, we
month,
haven't
but
seen
it's really
Arnaud
only been,
since
a
like
week.
episode 5. Well, no, it's been a couple of weeks now because
A couple weeks.
we fast forward that 1 week, so
like
it's
a
at
whole
least
2
been
weeks, y'all.
it's been like 2.5 to 3 weeks, I think,
And like
in 34
a
sessions.
year.
A year's worth of.
Yeah,
Fine. We like to roleplay.
yeah. I mean, there's a lot that's been discussed, at least. Do you?
I am excited to do some actual roleplay conversations between Viola and Storkum. I've just got a one-track mind, and it's Storkum for Viola.
I mean, right now we're wanted fugitives.
That is true.
No, we've had an olive branch extended to us by Rosita, though. She wants us to come and make nice with them at the pike.
Yeah, and then she sent a bunch of undead to at us.
And then she-
I don't think that olive branch
Zombies on
matters
us.
that much anymore.
You know?
I feel like that ship is
Listen,
sailed slightly. I think she just wants us for the side business.
Probably.
That's definitely what she wants to stay in for with all that charisma.
I mean, what is Stayan's charisma? It's like a 14?
He's a 19 right now.
Oh, your charisma?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't realize your charisma was that high.
And her wisdom.
Huh.
Not about that
Got
high.
that Riz.
She just chooses how to use it.
I guess it just
Remember
seems...
what Viola's
I
charisma
guess
is.
it just seems less high because you don't have expertise in any of the stats.
She only has expertise in one thing, and that's perception. She's
Yeah.
proficient in intimidation and persuasion.
Okay. That lines up, yeah. I don't know. I was so used to Bo and Snow's like very high stats for all of their charisma things that I didn't realize that Stan's was that high.
Mhm.
And then there's Viola with a 6.
I mean, the thing is, I like rolling for stats in theory, but I would definitely like it more if like once you rolled it, you can kind of like adjust it a little bit, because I really like the idea of having like a really low dump stat in something, but so many times if I roll something, it doesn't add up to that, or if it's like an extreme where it's like an extreme impediment where it's like you have 6 super low, or you have like 4 super low stats, so it's like that's not really playable. And then with point buy, they don't let you go underneath an 8, which I think is silly. I feel like with point buy you should be able to go lower and then do something with other ones.
Your DM could say you could take points out from something and give it to something else. So it's
Yeah.
giving you a guideline, but you could play with it within that.
Yeah, I think that for another for a next main campaign character, I would have that comic because I like the idea of somebody actually being not very good in a particular skill set, because I think it just makes sense. People aren't typically able to just be good at all things.
Yeah.
And 8 just seems, 8's like, okay, it is low, but it's still not going to be like too low. I don't know. I like the kind of the comedicness of rolling a 2 and it becomes like a -1. Or you roll really well, but it's still like it turns into like a 12 because you rolled a 15. Being average is not the same as being good. I mean, when it comes to rolling, kinda.
Depends.
Especially if because you also get proficiencies. So if you get proficiencies in some of the things that you're low at, then it also does that. Nerfing a trait feels like it's either really funny or really frustrating. Well, I mean, nerfing a trait I feel like would only be really frustrating if you didn't want that trait nerfed. But if you actually are going into it purposefully doing it that way, I don't really see... I mean, at that point, if you get frustrated, it's on you.
Or if you're like in a party and everybody in the party has nerfed the same trait, that could be frustrating. Because
I don't know. I think that would be kind of funny. Like everybody just sucks at stealth. I mean, nobody. So the thing is, there are certain traits that I don't see anybody particularly nerfing. Like I don't see people particularly extremely nerfing dexterity unless they're using heavy armor.
The party just decides to nerf Constitution.
Well, yeah, Constitution is never going to be something that I see being nerfed. I feel like dexterity will only get nerfed if you're using heavy armor, because otherwise it's too impactful to your AC. So you really only have like 4 different stats that you potentially can play with. Have left it at an 8.
When does the new D&D book come out?
That comes out September.
November.
Wait, no. The player handbook comes out in September.
Is
And
it
then
September?
I think, so it's September, then it is later on for the DM manual, and then it's even later on for the monster manual. But I want to say it's like September 17th or something like that.
I keep getting ads for it periodically on my Instagram.
Is it 17th?
Yeah. September 17th, yeah.
Yeah,
The
so,
Player's Handbook.
which is a what day?
I don't know.
I'm looking on my calendar. That's a Tuesday.
Tuesday.
I started to scroll through the Razia calendar that I still have pulled up.
Wait, when is our sessions for Razia right now? Because we have...
Let me pull that
Oh, wait,
up.
we don't have it until September,
August
right?
20th, I think, and then there's 2 in September.
September
okay.
3rd and September 17th.
So I think what we should try to do, this is just me thinking out loud here, is we should aim to do a one-shot on the 24th using the new player handbook. Because by then we'll have a week of it being available, so we can have that opportunity to make a character out of it.
Maybe so.
And we can, hopefully by then, we could also do a giveaway where we give away a copy of the new player handbook.
Ooh, that could be
We
fun.
only need,
Okay, I'm sitting with
5
my dinner now.
subscribers, it says?
Huh?
We only need 5 more subscribers.
Let me check. 'Cause we did have one
So,
right
like-
before we went live.
We're at 145 right now.
Yeah. So that could be a good thing to put on there. If Bren, you want to make a note of that while you're having your dinner? Somebody should make a note of it. We should see if we can get someone to DM a one shot for September 24th using the new player handbook. And I already got the digital copy of it, so anybody that joins that will have access to it if we start a party in D&DBeyond.
What is AMA? What does that mean?
Ask me anything.
Oh, gotcha. What are you eating for dinner?
I think she means ask her anything about the campaign, but I guess we could also ask her about her food. I feel like we're wasting our opportunities here.
Give me all of Nora's backstory, please.
It's a very broad question.
Pork butt steak.
That's a lot going on there. I didn't know you make steak out of that portion.
Is it normally called like rump? That's not a question. I did say please, and I had an inflection on the please that was a question mark. Please?
What does Nora think
Will
about
you please give me all of Nora's
Oh, that is a good question. What is Nora's thoughts on the individual party members? I have a feeling I know her general thoughts.
Who is Nora's favorite?
I also feel like I have an idea of that. I feel like it would be torn between Stayin and Snow, but I also don't really feel like Viola's...
Snow did try to barge into her upstairs.
Oh, that's true. Well, he also... Oh, when you said barge into her upstairs, I was picturing... I thought you were meeting like her mind, but you were talking about her upstairs of her house. Yeah, he's just barging in her upstairs.
And her second floor as well.
Exactly. Yeah, so I could see it. I could see Stan have causing the least amount of grief to her, because I feel like that would be the scale that she goes on.
Who all has Snow used his Joseph on?
As far as directly,
Dan and Viola.
Well, if you're talking about like actually diving into the mind, it's only been Nora, I believe.
And he's like gone deeper.
Yeah, and then beyond that, for like general things, Nora thinks like Viola and Snow are like little children and feels incredibly protective. She thinks Stan is strongly wise for her years. She's fighting everything in her body not to childishly hate Bo. I mean, that's fair.
Bo gets that a lot.
Bo reciprocates the energy back at Nora.
I mean, I don't think Bo necessarily hates her. I'm trying to think if there's actually people that he has a very low image of. I feel like a lot of people he's indifferent about.
Who is Bo's least favorite person?
That's what I was just gonna say. Do your people have a least favorite person?
I would say right now probably Moonridge, because he's the most clearly racist. Though he is beginning to question Nora a little bit the more he thinks about this this ward on our house. It occurred to him mid-fight. Why is it only set for these?
Moon Ranch?
Moon Ranch? I said Moon Ranch.
I don't know. I heard Moon Ranch too, but then Prince said Moon Ranch.
Yeah, I don't know. I think she's hitting the
ranch.
ranch.
To how it often isn't correct.
You got too much ranch on that pork butt. Rump roast.
Yeah.
Is a rump roast still is a rump roast still pork? Is that pork or is that beef?
Rump roast is steak, isn't it? But beef.
Well, she called that steak and it said pork before it.
Yeah, but I think he has people that he views indifferently, or he views usefully, or there's some that he actually doesn't like. And I think right now I know that he at least does not like Moonridge. I would need like a list to recall if there's other people he specifically doesn't like.
You want a full NPC list? I got one of those. Or most of them that we've met.
I mean, that works.
It's not fully updated, but I'll drop a link.
Wait, we have a thing with just NPCs?
I've been working on it. I need to update it.
A little bit wonky here for a second, guys.
Oh my gosh!
This is a long list.
It's
it's not as long as I thought.
Missing, I think.
It was like... Okay, see if I can get this to...
Polar bear.
Yeah, I need to update his name and stuff, but...
Please leave it like that. That's like me when I was creating Sims and not knowing their last name. So like I put Lear's last name as Cook.
Who's Kef?
The
Aarakocra that you were messing with in the temple that was running around.
Back and forth.
I didn't know he had a name.
Yeah.
All NPCs.
How is he the first one listed? Oh, wait, when did you start this? Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Okay. The timestamp. Okay, so you just started with him.
Yeah.
Cleric or Paladin. Polo Bear. Yeah, Moon. So Kef, I feel like he's indifferent about the Polo Bear. He's hopeful that he's helpful, but is unsure if that's going to be the case. Moonridge doesn't like Aglin. I'm trying to remember Aglin. He's the dwarf.
from Saker's Keep,
Mhm.
who
always makes us feel better.
mhm.
Yeah, I think that he has like a mixture of feeling like he's useful, but also kind of boring. So, Dulmer, I don't think he's even met.
What about Boondrag?
Dolmer
Boondrag?
is the one that he fought, isn't he?
Oh, is he the
The
dwarf?
bar?
Oh, then he doesn't
Yeah.
like Dolmer.
That was when the pocket sand came out.
Yeah, the pocket sand that was it like glass or diamonds? It was like diamond dust or something.
It was
Something
gold
like
dust.
that.
It was
Gold dust,
It was
that's it.
coins. What
Uh,
about Boondrag?
Boondrag, I think that he finds him slightly annoying, but I don't think he like actually hates him. But yeah, I think Boondrag is a bit full of himself in his mind. If
One who gave up a life, gave up riches and stuff to come and be at the guardianship is the one who's full of himself.
yes.
Makes perfect sense.
Makes
I mean,
perfect
people
sense
could
that
do
Bo would
people
think
could do
that.
things like that sound selfless and do it selfishly.
True. But
Also, Bo did give up a lot going to a guardianship himself back in the day, so he's not entirely
so Bo
impressed.
just must be full of himself.
I can be there till about 8.
That actually might be true.
Oh, till about
That might be
8:30.
true.
If you got questions for me about the diamond dust, I would be shocked. Yeah, I mean, it was whatever was in there that he threw.
What about Stan have any that she despises?
She does not like Vaughn.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Alec pretty low in the totem pole for her too. Those are the two that stick out of the NPCs we've met. Nina, she just feels kind of sorry for at this point.
I feel like Nina's the only person that Viola actively does not like right now.
Only
She's
person
just
not
a
even
messenger
Rosita?
for all this stuff.
Oh, I mean, she probably doesn't like Rosita. I just know that Viola's very much ticked at Nina right now because Nina made a comment calling her stupid.
Yeah.
And then she tried to punch her and missed all of it.
What makes her dislike Elikin? Well, I will say that a lot of like the framing between the relationship, it seems like a bit abusive, if not physically, than emotionally. So I could see that being some people's reasoning for not liking Elikin because they're putting the blame on him.
Yeah,
Wait, so I'm still not-
want to get a chance to hit Nina.
I'm still not convinced that Elikin's entirely to blame for their relationship misadventures.
I don't know that he necessarily is either, but from what we've seen and just the different signs that we've seen or conversations that we've had with him, he's brushed staying off a couple times too, or at least he brushed staying off badly once, and she doesn't like that.
Who, Elikin? Because we only talked to him
Elikin.
once.
We talked to them once, and Stan was like,
He answered.
so it's like, I want to talk to you, I have concerns about the guardianship. He's like, don't got time for you.
Yeah, I mean, I say we, but it was really Bo did barge into the conversation right after a funeral and during a festival time.
Yeah.
He still could have handled it better.
I'm not saying he couldn't have. Which one was Tamar? Oh, no, I remember who she is. She's the one that Snow talked to, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yeah, I mean, Bo definitely talked to Elikin in part to get an idea of who he is, but also he was thinking of the idea of disguising himself as Elikin if it the need arises. Like, huh?
With blue hair,
With
though.
blue hair.
Oh yeah, with blue hair.
I saw the two pictures of Elikin in the chat when I was looking at the thing, and I was like, why are these here? I was like, oh yeah.
Yeah, I don't know why I was so convinced he had blue hair.
Oh, I have a question. I want to know what's up with this kidnapping nonsense that was mentioned and then has yet to happen. I don't think she can answer that question, but that doesn't mean I don't want to know.
Kidnapping question? Are you
Remember
talking
when
about like if an NPC were, or if one of the player characters were to go missing?
Yeah.
So I could actually probably answer that because I was messaging Bren about it. Because last session, if events didn't go the way that they did, my goal was to have Bo sneak off at night to go talk to Rosita alone. That has changed, which is why I'm saying it out loud, because they now have more immediate things that they have to do, like leaving the city immediately or something to that extent. So it came up because Bren saw that potentially not going over entirely well.
Gotcha.
Imagine that.
I thought for 100% that somebody was going to get kidnapped that session, and it didn't happen, and I was kind of disappointed.
He does have a different ambitious idea.
Yeah, well, Bren calls it a different word, not ambitious.
I think it's ambitious.
Bren thinks it's silly.
I
You
can
can get
get.
one of us kidnapped if you really want.
I do think it'd be interesting.
I made an entire character as a backup.
It's
I
not
have my
kidnapping
backup
staying.
character ready to go, and I will play her for something in an extended game, not in a one-shot. She's better than a one-shot.
What
And I
kind?
love her.
What class is she? How much are you willing to tell us about your potential?
She's a halfling,
Okay.
and she's ranger class, potentially. I might change it.
I see you're really changing your. Okay, what? So,
But she's-
do you have a subclass idea?
A subclass?
Yeah. I don't know. It
So
sounded like
that's
you said
like-
she was good and ready to go, and now you don't know what a subclass is.
No, so that's like, okay, my knowledge of D&D is not a reflection of my characters. But that's like how Willow's a Gloomstalker, right? Gloomstalker's a
Yeah.
right now I have her as a Fey Wanderer.
Oh, that's a fun one. I did that in the one
Huh.
shot recently. Really nice.
I don't know if I know too much about the Fey Wanderer.
It seemed really fun. I wanted to try something different. I enjoy the Ranger class. What can I say?
I just
Ever
think it's
since I watched Legolas running around and slinging arrows at people.
I just think it's interesting because they are typically viewed as like one of the worst classes.
I know. That's what I kept seeing whenever we were getting ready to start. I was doing a lot of research on the different classes because I didn't really know that much of like the intricate details of D&D when we were getting ready to start playing. And I was trying to decide what class I wanted to play. And so I was like doing a bunch of research, and everyone kept saying that the Rangers are like not that fun, or the Rangers kind of suck, or like whatever. And I'm like,
I could be
I like
wrong,
them.
but I think a lot of the reasoning for why people like criticize classes have more to do with late game than early game. I could be wrong on that, but that's why I feel like I've heard that argument a lot, being like, oh, they could be okay in the beginning, but as the team gets better, they just basically become like not very
They, like,
useful as
plateau.
the
But it
But it
wizards
also
over
can
there
depend on what
doing
you're
giant
looking for in a
attacks.
campaign.
Yeah.
That's
Like, are you
true.
looking for mid-maxing? Are you looking for most power? Are you looking for a good roleplay opportunity? Are you looking for a mix of all of that? Like, what
That's
do you
very
bring
true.
to the character?
Saying I feel like from a non-combat perspective, when it just comes roaming about, I can't get away from wanting to have somebody that can do cantrips and magic. Like, I don't know, there's so much versatility with that when it comes to just like hanging out and doing things outside of combat, which is why I'm like I'm not very drawn to playing like a fighting type class or like a class without magic if it's gonna be for a long-term thing, because I want to do magic. I was originally just like, I'm gonna try it when I picked a rogue for this one, and then eventually it was just like, I want to do magic.
We see how long
But-
that lasts.
But it did
Yeah.
work. It did work out for like Bo's story, so I feel like it added a good amount of detail to him, adding like that kind of thing. But I was just like, yeah, this is fun. Psionic dice are fun. I want to do magic now.
Yeah, I'm the exact opposite. I feel like I just want to play characters that can smash things and shoot things. Like, I don't want to have to focus on all the different spells and how many spell slots I have, and which I haven't played like a full magic character in anything yet, which
Yeah.
is what I was going to play for the one shot. So I don't really have any experience in it from like this D&D
Mhm.
aspect.
Yeah. I like, even in video games, I really like casters and people that fight from ranges versus that people that get in there and fight up there. Now, I'm not opposed to the idea of playing a character that is low, like multi-classed and has very low magic on the one side and more of the other. But I just like having the option.
Mm-hmm.
But I
Let's
feel-
bring me back as Joan Stonecutter, Bryn, and then you'll get me as a barbarian again. Although she didn't have that many levels of barbarian. She was mostly a fighter, technically.
Yeah, the only barbarian, like the only way I would want to play a barbarian for like a full campaign is if they were started off as first level sorcerer, and then the rest of the levels all barbarian.
I really enjoyed the Rune Knight stuff from the fighter thing that I did with Joan Stonecutter. She had
Rune
some
Knight
cool
would be
weapons
really
with the
cool.
rune stuff.
Hmm.
I was really ticked whenever we did that. Excuse me. Whenever we played that battle royale, I realized that I was like totally doing one of the runes on one of her things completely incorrectly, and it would have totally changed things in the beginning. I don't think it would have changed things long term. I was really ticked after I realized that, like towards the end.
Yeah, I was very conflicted on whether or not I was gonna turn into a dragon, but I was like, I might never have a chance to do this again.
That is very true.
I just want to know what happened to those characters. Like, what's going on with them now?
I know.
Bryn, that's a question for you. What happened to Hero and Hero?
Yeah.
That's a good one. Because I don't know what
Do we
happened
know
with Vash
also-
either.
Amos's deal.
You can ask, but we are asking.
Yeah, we are asking. Who took
Saying we
Amos's
can ask
deal,
doesn't answer the
and
question.
where
if we've
are
asked.
they now?
It's one thing to say you asked, but I can't answer. It's other ones just ignore the fact that we already asked and just say you can ask.
I feel like this is your DM version of you can try. You can certainly try.
What were your responses? I know that Vash went along with it with the intention of reporting everything. Delay, David, delay. Oh, that's true, I suppose.
Oh.
By like 10 seconds.
Versus impatience.
I never said I was a patient person.
I think I had Joan say yes, but she had like conditions, and I think Bryn said that those conditions would have been met.
It has conditions.
Quinn said
Yeah.
no.
I want a
Ooh.
top. Did she want a penthouse suite?
What?
Emma, anyone who said no, even long-winded no, was killed. Oh.
Like immediately, or?
Well, I'm glad Vash did not say no. Viciously.
Yeah. Did both of the twins say no?
Did we get to try and find our way out?
I mean, granted, when you would have met with them, you would have had 1 HP. Because you were knocked out.
Jeez.
That was probably an aim.
I want to see if I can find what I said to Bryn about it. What Joan would have said.
Wait, do you remember what did Josh's character say? Do we know?
We both said no.
Oh,
We're twins. We made the same decision.
well, the Aarakocras are Aragon. But now we know.
Okay, I had her say she doesn't really care one way or the other. She doesn't really want to be someone's errand boy, so she would request some autonomy in the errands that she cares for. And she would also say that she could be swayed with a really fancy axe. To which I got a thumbs up. I guess I don't know if Joan's alive or not.
Yeah, Vash was just going along with it until he saw an opportunity to take action. But he definitely didn't view this meeting to be the time to be like, no, I'm not going to join you. Because he has high wisdom.
What didn't Bren's character say yes?
Yeah, I believe, because
Okay,
that one
thought
was the
so.
character that we saw the interview with.
Yeah.
And I want to say she said her character did. What did Joan say? She had terms.
She said that she didn't want to be someone's errand boy, and so she would do it if she had some autonomy in like what errands she was doing, and that she could be swayed with a fancy axe.
Dead.
What? No!
Okay, so
if they would have tried to kill her, she would have been like, okay, fine, if you're gonna kill me, I'll just do it. That's fine. Because she didn't really care one way or the other.
so it sounds like 2 of our characters lived. I mean, Kassie, you're the one that made up Amos. You're the one to blame.
You are the one to blame.
I didn't give him that much stuff. I just had a picture and his role in Viola's life.
I don't
Look
know.
what happened because of that.
I mean, I've
So
in
many
theory, I
characters
probably
that
shouldn't
died.
point fingers because there's definitely NPCs that I made that might ruin our lives.
You mean like a vampire somewhere or something?
Amongst others, yeah.
Among others.
Yep.
And then Brenna took over. Have you guys even seen Amos?
I don't think so.
No.
Let me put his picture in the chat real quick.
Or wait, I don't know.
I don't think so.
There he is.
Oh.
There's one that's going to make your lives a lot more interesting for a
For a
moment.
moment?
Just a
Hmm.
moment.
We've had a lot of NPCs make our lives interesting for just a moment.
We have.
Oh,
We've also made
was like that
the
gnome guy that
lives
we
of
met.
a lot of NPCs interesting for a moment as well.
I mean, to be honest, Amos is not as evil looking as I envisioned him looking.
He's supposed to look very charming. Viola liked him a lot. Till she realized what a butt cheeky on a stick he was.
He doesn't look like her type. Though apparently
He
anyone's
doesn't
her
look like
type.
Arkham.
Anyone's her type, apparently.
He looks charming. That's about all it takes for Viola.
Or maybe longer than a moment, like a portion of an arc. I see.
Hmm.
Interesting.
He absolutely looks like
Gotta
her
get
type.
through this arc. It's a very good arc, but
I know.
Yeah.
I want to have the
So-
girl that's been doing character art for me do more.
So knowing that we got 3 dead people, what happened to the 2 that are living? Or can we not know yet on what happened with Vash and whoever you were playing?
And is Joan actually alive? Because we gotta, but
No,
she
I,
values her life more than running errands.
well, she said, and then Bren took over. And then she said, muhahaha.
No,
I'm
I
pretty
think
sure
that
it's...
and then Brenna took over was to Amos becoming
Yeah.
such a turd.
Oh, well, I don't know. I felt like it was all the same brain link. But I am curious as to the life that Vash is living at the current state.
We're all exercising some patience here.
Yeah, we gotta keep into account the delay.
Do we think Arnaud's ever gonna come back?
I don't know, maybe he just died.
he might be dead
I
somewhere.
really hope not. Oh.
I mean, but
Vash
he
is
hasn't
dead.
displayed that he's not fully on board, so he's not dead now.
The elf, you'll have to wait and see.
Ooh, Arnaud will come back.
Thank goodness. Viola's been trying to find him for forever.
For like a day,
Not
you
really,
mean?
but
4 sessions.
yeah. In Cassie's world, it's felt like forever. It also is my personal mission to make sure that Stain finds somebody to love. It's not Viola's mission, but it's my... Found Anne Arnaud. That is true. I found Anne Arnaud.
Which I was surprised that there was more than one person with that name. It doesn't seem
Must just
super
be a popular
popular in
name.
the area.
I
Well,
wanted-
Arnaud is a foreigner because he's from a completely different country, which is why I would be surprised if somebody else was walking around and yet that person didn't have his accent at all.
I still kind of feel like it's the Arnaud, and he was just like using a disguise to make himself be old and to mess with Viola. That seems like it's something Arnaud would do.
I mean, maybe. I don't know.
Oh man.
Did I miss a question? I don't think so. Yeah, I don't think we asked something there.
It's probably the us being patient was when we were waiting for your. I'm gonna make himself known to a beautiful Viola. Oh no! You should have let me dream, Bren.
Nonsense.
Oh man. I want to know what Bo's deal is with that necklace and the druids. I mean,
Okay.
obviously you're not going to tell us, but I want you to know that I'm perturbed about it.
You have other
You'll have
dreams
other
I'll
dreams
crush
crush.
later?
You've crushed so many already.
I can answer. You questioned when I had in the BuzzFeed that he would be a famous actor. I can answer that question if you'd want.
Yeah.
So when he was younger, he participated in plays.
Oh my gosh, little baby Bo! Who hurt you, Bo?
Which is also why he's good at just pretending to be other people.
Aww. He was a theater kid.
Yep.
What a nerd.
Hey, it's come in handy.
This is true.
All the more reason he and Snow need to do some performances together.
I've been generally kind. Wait.
If that's what you
Generally
need to
kind
tell
about
yourself
what?
to sleep at night, Bryn, that's fine.
Wait, kind about what?
Crushing our dreams.
Yeah.
Hmm.
That's my guess.
Yeah.
What a nerd. Who knew Bo was such a nerd? Theater kid. Oh,
He
that's
tried being a
funny.
rogue for a little while and just had to go back to his nerdy roots.
Do we actually know how old Snow is?
I mean, I feel like from the way he's been described, he doesn't sound like he's past 30.
Okay.
I'd say probably mid-20s, if I had to guess.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because his not younger sister, but his twin has just started working with What's-His-Face, and it didn't sound like she was that old to
yeah.
start training with him. So if we're judging it based off of Taryn's actions, it doesn't seem, because if
Yeah.
she's supposed to be a prodigy of sorts, she would have started with working with whatever the wizard's name is fairly young, and they've only been separated a year.
Mm-hmm.
So
I had another question in my head and I totally lost it. Oh, what's the life situation with half-elves?
half-elves, according to the book, they live to about 200.
200, okay.
Or they can,
I
I think they can live about it, but it's not nearly as long as a full elf.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
It's not even half the length of a full elf. It's like,
Yeah.
That's crap if they're half-elf.
I mean, you gotta blame the human side.
Is it even a quarter?
Well, so it doesn't give like a specific, it's like they can live close to or about 200 or something like that.
Okay.
100, facial hair. They do get to grow facial hair, so they have that going for them.
just gonna grow a beard.
Woohoo! I would love to see Snow with some like
Oh, have facial hair?
He
Like
does have
some-
facial hair.
some Mushu like
I think our half-elves are
mustache
closer to human.
situation.
Oh yeah, Brenna sent it something at one point.
Snow could rock a beard. I mean, heck, there's humans that live to like 110.
Yeah, but they very much look like they're living to 110. The idea with half elves is they would not look like they would look like 110 at 110.
Excuse me. All right, what are the races that are supposed to be considered more rare in Razia? So I know like Tiefling was one that was kind of like off limits, for lack of a better term. But I don't remember.
Well, we know gnomes and dwarves are in plenty. It sounds like for the region that we're in, elves are uncommon.
Which makes sense, because they're more likely to stick to the purest kingdoms.
Yeah. Asmar clearly uncommon. We haven't seen any Ganassi, I don't think.
Oh.
I don't know if we've seen a bugbear. We definitely haven't seen a changeling.
Bugbears in that.
World.
Yeah.
We saw them in that.
We saw what?
Bugbears. Weren't there bugbears in that?
Oh, we might have. Yeah, there might have been some in there. We might have had to fight bugbears.
Hobgoblins or something, maybe.
Yeah, those are hobgoblins.
Okay. Is hobgoblin a playable race?
I played him in one of our one shots.
Okay. That's what I thought. I knew there was a playable race that was in that thing that we went and killed.
There were bugbears too.
There were bugbears? Okay.
Or Duffy's run into someone of the
We haven't seen centaurs, and from my knowledge, we haven't seen any Eladrian, if I'm saying that correctly. We haven't seen any fairies or furblog.
I think we've only seen the one dragonborn, right? Have we seen any other dragonborn besides Moonridge? I about said Dragonridge.
I'm not sure if we have. That doesn't
necessarily. The character whose name we will always get wrong.
I know the book makes them playable, but a lot of those monster races are going to be more rare. Dragonborn are also rare.
Yeah, just because something's listed as a playable race doesn't mean it exists nearly as much in a specific world or setting.
Get Yankee, we haven't seen any. Or Harengon, we haven't seen any of those.
Harengon? What is that?
They're basically rabbit humanoids.
Oh, hair. Makes sense.
We haven't seen any Kenkus. Probably won't see Get Yankee. Might see Harengon. We haven't seen any minotaurs, full orcs, kobolds, or lizard folk. Satyrs, shifter. I mean, maybe we see a shifter and they just never shifted.
Maybe our nose is a shifter.
Huh?
Maybe our nose is a shifter.
Maybe. We haven't seen any tritons, but we're not exactly close to the water. Maybe we'll find them in the swamp. Kenkus are more common in another region none of you are from. Fey creatures will be less common too, I imagine. I mean, this is your world. What do you mean by you imagine?
Warforged too. We know that at least one Warforged exists.
We do?
13?
Yeah, it was
Oh, I guess.
From the one shot?
Heard your one shot.
Yeah, that's right. We haven't seen any Yuan. Well, we only saw the one Yuan T, which is more snake-like than
Swamp Tritons.
Which, because they didn't think that far ahead.
I think that's about Warforged. But...
Oh, I don't know. Kender, we haven't seen anything of. I know that none of the Spelljammer class or races we're gonna see. Bo is the only lineage character that we've come across. And as far as I know, there's also not any Hexborn or Undead, or no, was it?
Reborn?
Reborn, that's it.
We know there's turtles.
Mm-hmm.
Or at least one turtle. Or was there two
Yeah,
different ones or
Toodle
just
Bennett,
one?
the turtle.
Yeah. I don't think we've seen any Leonin.
Speaking of the Purgers, what are our Purger friends up to? I want to know what Willow's doing.
Yeah, what's Breezy up to these days?
I have 2 Purgers. But
Mm.
I don't know what they're up to.
I wonder if they're still working together. Do they stay in a team?
I mean,
Do
there's a
they
good chance
split
that
up?
they're dead from the sounds of it. For those other characters.
If Willow dies, I will riot.
I refuse to believe that all my one-shot characters are dead.
That's why I don't
To
get
able to
attached to
bring them
one-shot
back.
characters. I think an hour has passed. Oh, wait, what is that, a minute? I think a minute's passed. You find them
Great
just at the
question.
59-second mark.
Willow and Bree
You're
are
not
not
dead.
dead.
Okay, well, there you go. Wait, what about whoever I have? Xander and
Fenris.
Fenris.
Oh, Fenris.
Fenris better still be alive.
I want
think
Fenris
Stan
and
to run into him
Stan to
someday.
meet.
I want to meet some Kalishtar because I think they fit the world really well from
I got
their...
a theory that we've already met one of those.
Yeah.
What are those?
So they are a race that I feel like by description, they like the way that they operate sounds very fitting to the world. They are a compound race created from the union of humanity and renegade spirits in the plane of dreams. Spirits called Curie. Kalishtar are often seen as wise spiritual people with great compassion for others, but there is an unmistakable alien quality to Kalishtar as they're haunted by conflicts of otherworldly spirits. Every
Well, who do you
Kalishtar...
think is a Kalishtar?
Huh?
I think Goro's one of them.
That's what
Fenris
I
is
was
not
gonna say.
dead. So what does that mean about Xander? But then it says there's a connection to a spirit of light, a bond shared by other members of their bloodline. Kalishtar appear human, but their spiritual connection affects them in a variety of ways. Kalishtar have symmetrical, slightly angular faces, and their eyes glow when they are focused or expressing strong emotions. Kalishtar can't directly communicate with their spirit. Rather, they experience relationships in the sense of instinct or inspiration, drawing from the memories of the spirit when they dream. This connection grants them psionic abilities and protection from psionic attack. All of these dream spirits are virtuous, but some are warriors and others are more contemplative. Work together with the DM to determine things. So basically, they the bond with the spirit can cause Kalishtar to display unusual quirks. But yeah, for the most part, like they are driven by a connection to a spirit of light, and I feel like that aspect of it plays into the world really well.
I didn't know much about that race when I picked out what race Stan was. Otherwise, I might have gone with it.
Yeah, because they're also
Sounds really
haunted by
cool.
nightmares.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That'd be super fit. We haven't had any nightmares in a while.
Yeah, I still need to
It wasn't
write
that long ago
out.
that she had some.
Well, I mean, anything in the game, I guess, now feels like it hasn't happened in a while because
Okay,
we
but
haven't
wait,
played in,
I
like,
just
2
got
months.
permission from Brenna, so I can actually say that yes, Gomorro is a Kalashtar.
Yes!
Ah, nice.
That makes sense.
Good
That
time
makes
for that.
total
I
sense.
actually still need to write up the rest of what I had in pictured for Bo's time in the Fear Gambit thing. So Bren can use
Oh.
that later on, because I did have it plotted out for I think like 6 different turns, not realizing that it was
Dang.
basically an impossible roll.
Yeah. I still think it'd be cool to see other people's fears at some point, figure out what that would have been.
What was Stayins?
We didn't see it. Oh, Claw has a question. I have a question when you're ready for a topic change. If you already talked about this, ignore me. What is a quality you admire / like about your character, especially something you don't usually embody?
That's a good question. I like... Shoot. This is where having a character that's so much like yourself in personality in so many ways. It's not...
That was my thoughts exactly.
Stole this from when my D&D group did something similar.
Bye, Bren.
Yes, bye, Bren. Well, she's lurking, so she'll still be technically around. as she gets ready for bed. A quality you admire / like about your character.
I like Stain's fearlessness. She's not actually afraid to go out and do stuff or seek what she needs.
Mm-hmm. That's a good one. I guess for Viola it'd be like her outgoingness, because I am nowhere near as outgoing as Viola is in terms of like talking to new people and just going up to people and talking and saying exactly what's on her mind.
I'm not sure, because Bo has a lot of negative traits. Like, I acknowledge the fact that he has a lot of negative traits, so it's hard to like
that he used to be a theater
necessarily.
kid?
I mean, I like that idea for his story, but it's not necessarily something that I admire.
You got something against theater kids?
No, it's just that I don't necessarily have a strong connection one way or the other to like that, so it's hard to say, oh, I admire this trait about him. I don't know.
I want to know how we can ignite the spark in Bo for theater again.
I mean, he's done theatrics.
That's not the same, though. We just need to truth or dare him with Snow to do a performance.
I'm surprised he didn't love the dancing.
My character sucks. I'm living for this discussion. Thank you. I mean, I'm not deceived in thinking that like Bo, as he is right now, is like an upstanding person.
He's got some room for character growth.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like I want to, like I
Love
don't,
him.
I don't feel like I strictly view him as like an evil character or something like that. But he's definitely got a lot of negative quirks about him.
So he's a bit of a fixer-upper.
Yeah. He does, like, I mean, I guess he does have strong commitment towards ambition, but that, like, I think, but that's also been used negatively. So I feel like
it's still a
potentially, yeah.
characteristic that
Yeah,
could
so
be
it's a
admirable.
characteristic that I think it is. He's also, I mean, he is resilient.
He's just using that characteristic in not a great way.
Yeah. So, I don't know. He is resilient. He does have good bonds with his family, technically, which is not something that is inherently with me. So, I don't know. Like, I don't have awful bonds with all of my family, but I definitely don't see that being a strength.
When's the last time Bo even talked to his family?
Well, that's been a while. It's been like a little. So it's been technically a century. However, when he was in Gen, his father, because I messaged Bren about this, his father actually had a book of sending created for, one was in like their family room at the house, and then one was with him, so they could write messages to each other from long distances.
That's so cute! Where is this side of Bo?
He needs he has a loving family out there. He needs to connect with them.
Yeah, so he had that, but then when the invasion happened, it happened at night, and he wasn't in his cabin, so he doesn't have that book anymore. It got destroyed with everything else in the area.
That's so sad. That breaks my heart for Bo.
So we just gotta go to his family, find one of them.
He was also going to be heading home in like just a few weeks. Before that happened, it was designed that he was going to have like he was basically given a 2-year grace period to go there and explore the world beyond. Resend me that message if I didn't pin that. I can. I don't know when we messaged about that, but yeah, I can send you that.
Was Bo already a damn fear at Gen? Or did
No.
that happen after?
That would have been happening after.
Gotcha. That's what I kind of figured.
Yeah, but he was going to be heading back in like just a few weeks. And then that happened a week after the Lamps Festival, actually.
That like breaks my heart so bad for Bo. This is why Bo needs to find happiness in The Sims, because I don't know how quickly it's going to happen in the actual campaign.
He needs to find happiness in The Sims.
Yeah, if there was an NPC that you think Bo could be happy with that we've met, who would it be? I think we talked about this before, but I don't remember what exactly was said.
I don't know of any. Yeah, as it stands right now, I don't really know of any. But I also don't think he would be good in a relationship. As it stands right now.
To be fixed.
He could be. There's hope for everybody.
That's true. That's true.
So one, he's ready for a relationship.
Yeah, I think when I was streaming, I said something about how I would love for, like, Lear to just crack that shell that Bo's got going on.
Yeah, no, I think Lear definitely seems like she wants way too many kids than Bo would want. And that's assuming if Demfear can even reproduce, because I don't feel like they could.
That's true.
Who knows?
So, I mean, if that's the case, I don't feel like Lear would be up for it. She wants that legion of children, probably, like her parents. Yeah, because Damphir are made from... I mean, there's technically multiple different sources, because there's multiple different foods that Damphir could be craving. Like, technically, one of them is like... I want to say it's like brain plasma or something like that. Or brain fluid. I gotta double check.
That might be a little bit
I went for the traditional Demphir route, but there was various other kind of things that they could be hungry for. I'm looking it up right now.
Bo goes up to Stan. I just need a little bit of your brain plasma to figure out what your race is.
So the Demphir hungers could be blood, flesh or raw meat, cerebral spinal fluid, psychic energy, dreams, life energy.
Dreams?
I originally thought he was going to be psychic energy.
Mm-hmm, that would make sense. Like
his bionic dice and stuff and the way he acted. And then we started seeing more of the blood stuff. But
yeah, I decided to go the more traditional route, but there is technically a lot of different food options that maybe Bren will introduce with other kind of Demphers, but I know the ones that at least...
Yay!
Yeah. I know much Demphir biology lessons did Bo get since he being... Wait, what?
Like, how much does Bo know about the other Demphir things?
I know
like,
someone he can learn a lot from if he asks the right questions. I mean, I think he would know a pretty good amount of things on that subject.
I still keep thinking about how Viola's going to react if she ever finds out that Bo's...
At some point, the rest of the party's got to find out.
Yeah.
One way or another. I'm sure they will.
I'm very up in the air about how she's going to react. Because I want her and Bo to be friends, but I don't know that she's going to love Bo being a Demphir.
Look, if Stain could get over it, I think Viola can get over it.
Bo's going to learn so much when he starts using the nice side of his charm.
Well, that might not happen anytime soon, so...
Yeah, he doesn't have any interest in making friends.
You want Bo to learn things. I feel like Arnaud would still share information with the not nice side of Bo's charm.
What is an Umbro human? What is the Book of Ebon Tides? When did that come out?
Know.
I'm not super familiar with that source.
Oh, Kobold Press. I think it's a outsourced book.
Gotcha.
That explains it.
How late are we thinking we're gonna go tonight?
As late as we feel like, I guess.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't have any strict thoughts on it.
Yeah, I don't have any real thoughts or plans.
Okay. Can we take a short break then?
That's fine.
Okay.
All right.
Jordan asked to come borrow the tool that I used to freeze corn earlier.
Okay. I was switches to a break screen. Oh, so Catherine asked me about my favorite races. One of the races that I think I also have like an interest in playing would be Warforged, but in a very specific sense. I would want to play a Warforged druid, and that's about the only intriguing part that I have of being a Warforged.
Interesting.
How can a Warforged also be a druid?
So my thinking is kind of inspired from Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood.
As I was just thinking,
Yeah.
ow.
Yeah, so I was picturing a druid that got his soul affixed to a Warforged body and is now like wanting his body back, but also just in a weird limbo kind of state,
Yeah.
because druids by nature don't even use metal in their armor. So becoming a being of metal, I feel like would mess with their minds a lot. So I just like that idea of doing like a contrast kind of thing, being Warforged, but
Interesting.
being a druid with it.
I love Full Metal Alchemist. I'm reading through the manga right now. I've watched both the shows.
I watched both the shows. I've just never read the books, which I
One of my writing
understand.
groups is doing a read through of it, so we're like reading through all of them together.
To my understanding, like Brotherhood follows the books pretty closely. So I'm
More
just like,
closely.
yeah, as close as an adaptation, I guess, is gonna get probably.
Yeah.
Because I read a lot of Promised Neverland books. And then I got so upset when season 2 came out.
Season 1 was so promising.
It was so good. And even season 2 started out good, because the first 2 episodes was pretty on.
Down.
Yeah, and then I watched the 3rd episode. I was like, "What is this?" And then I think at the very start of the 4th episode, they like made it very clear that they eradicated an entire arc, and I was like, "I'm done."
It was so bad.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know, maybe a bit later on they introduced, is his name Yugi? Do you remember the guy that they meet in the bunker?
It's been a while.
Yeah, I want to say his name was like Yogi or something like that. I remember
Yugi makes me think Yu-Gi-Oh.
I remember it looked close to like yogurt or something like that. I remember thinking it looked kind of like yogurt. Maybe it was Yugo. Yeah, so as soon as I realized that they weren't even going to introduce him, or at least seem like they were introducing him, I was out. I was so angry.
It just had such potential at the start. I was so excited for that anime, and then, oh, it hurt.
Yeah. Kassie, I don't think watches anime.
I've seen Pokemon.
Okay, that kind of counts. I mean, it does count, but
now that like Yu-Gi-Oh's mentioned that, and then like what was that, like Beyblade or whatever? Wasn't that one kind of like
Beyblade was the thing. I don't think I've ever watched Beyblade.
Growing up.
Beyblade wasn't great, wasn't terrible. My little brother used to be really into Beyblades on the show.
Oh, isn't there another like
there are a lot of them. There's Digimon that you might be
That's
thinking
what I was
of.
thinking of, Digimon.
Digital monsters.
I feel like I remembered watching something that I thought was maybe anime. And I also said the Avatar, the original animated one, but David informed me that that's not actually anime.
I mean, technically, it's not anime. Like, there's a lot of discourse about it.
So much.
Yeah,
Let's not go down that rabbit hole tonight.
technically, if you just want to say, like, if you're on the stance of anime comes from Japan, then Avatar is not an anime. But I would say that it follows a lot of what makes animes good. And in that regards, I can see it falling under that umbrella.
Mm-hmm.
But Bren's wondering, what anime would your characters watch? Well, I feel like...
Death Note.
Yeah, I could see that for staying. I don't know. I feel like Bo would definitely watch like a darker anime.
I don't know enough about anime to know what Viola would.
I feel like Viola would watch like slice of life animes. Like she'd be able to watch him Fruit Basket.
Oh yeah.
Fruit Basket?
Yeah, I've never seen it, but I know that a lot of people really like that anime, and it's considered like a slice of life, where it's kind of what you would see, like almost like kind of like a Friends kind of thing, where it's just like people living the life and having a good time.
Gotcha.
Maybe some drama in there, but I can see
yeah,
it.
Laura Bailey voices a character in that.
What?
Laura Bailey voices
Oh,
a
yeah,
character in that.
a lot of Critical Role does a lot of things with voice. Like
Mhm.
Laura Bailey and her husband and Matt Mercer are all voice characters in Full Metal
I
Alchemist
knew a lot
Brotherhood.
of them were voice actors because I think
Violet-
that says that in the beginning of something about like a bunch of friends or a bunch of nerdy voice actors getting together to
Yeah.
play
Yep.
D&D or something like that.
The thing, I don't know, Bran, if Viola would think magical girl anime was adorable. She might think it's adorable, but considering that she doesn't have very strong thoughts on magic, I feel like she wouldn't be drawn to magic-based animes.
Well, she thinks it's interesting now that she's here. She just doesn't know that much about it. I feel like she's fascinated by it.
Hmm.
I don't know that she's going to pursue it. Like, I don't think I'm going to have her end up taking any more levels of Ranger. I just don't see that for her.
I feel like
future.
you should do one more just for that subclass.
I know, but like, I want to stay true to
But you
Viola's
get-
character.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think Stan would also like Full Metal Alchemist. I could see her enjoying that a lot.
Yeah,
Would Bo like Attack on Titan?
Isn't that with like the weird giant people?
yeah, I could.
Like weird teeth? I feel like those are the things that I know about Attack on Titan.
Yeah, I feel like he would potentially like the premise of it, at the very least. I can see him not necessarily finding Eren to be a very, like, a great character.
Yeah.
But I've also
feel
only
like
seen like
I
one
really like
season of it, so
Digimon,
I
so
don't know like the
Viola
capacity.
might really like Digimon.
From animes that I've seen, it's hard to say. Because I was just like, maybe there's one that's called Blood Plus, which is about vampires, but I also don't know if he would like that because he doesn't necessarily have fond thoughts about being a vampire, so I don't necessarily see that being the case.
Oh, isn't there one that's got like a kid that wears like a straw hat? Who's like a pirate or something?
Yeah, but when I have the time for that anime, that
is
anime's
it
got
called?
like 800 episodes. That's like One Piece. It's
Yeah.
actually
Yeah.
maybe
That
more
was-
than that. Yeah.
I think I've seen some of that before.
How many episodes is One Piece? Oh, you know what he might like? He would probably like the first season of Tokyo Ghoul. Because I think he would relate a lot to the main character. But having seen the second season, I don't think he would have liked that season. Because that season was a hot mess. So currently, the series currently consists of 1,114 episodes and is still ongoing. So that's why I was like, Bo does not have time for that. It's also got 5 original
He could
videos.
watch the whole thing.
That is true.
That
He's
is
got the
true, but he
time.
is
He
not.
literally is the only one who has the time.
But he would be like, I should be doing other things with my time.
That's really funny.
13 TV specials and 15 movies.
Is Bo the type of person though who would want to watch a series like all the way through religiously, or would he just want to like cherry pick, or would he be the person that would like watch one season and then just be like, nah?
I could see him being willing to drop something that he doesn't like. So, like, if he watched one season and then he started another one and being like, I don't really like this, I don't see him putting himself through something that he's not gonna like.
Mm-hmm.
As far as like if he would binge it, I don't think he would. I know I binge things, but I don't think he would. Because he had a very, yeah, I don't think right now, because he had a very structured kind of childhood, which it was structured in a way that wasn't like caged, but at the same time, it was like, it gave very good, like, I don't know, boundaries is the right word or whatever. But so he has like some thoughts on like time management and how to make the best out of things.
I need Bo and his family to get back together. I
Mhm.
need that.
This is my other now personal goal. Stan needs a hubby, and Bo needs his family back. Whether it's Arno or not, I can't say.
Oh no.
Yeah, because that's who she's with in Sims right now.
Oh, I see. I thought you were saying Cassie, or not Cassie. I thought you were talking about a hubby for
Viola?
Viola. I was
Gotcha.
like, wait, when did she switch to our no?
He wants the bad
If-
boy now.
Yeah, I was gonna say, if Viola ever gets into that stage of life where she starts going for the bad boys, the good boys, the boys that seem good have hurt her too many times. Now she's going for the bad boys.
Oh yeah, Stork ends up being on Team Rosita.
That's the one fear that I have that's so bad, is I feel like Storkum and Torval are like working for Amos somehow, and they're gonna like, yeah.
I'm gonna find it
That-
really. Oh, sorry, what?
No, it's just good. That's what's in the back of my mind.
So thinking about, because I really like the anime Faerun Until Journey's End, I think is the whole title of it, or something like that. I shared some of the clips with it, but it made me think, because there's like an episode where they're trying to get like somebody to join them, and he said something about how he likes older women, and she's like, well, you're not gonna find anyone older than me, because she's like over 1,000 years old, being an elf. So I was just thinking about how funny it would be if they came across a lady that likes older men, and they need information, but it's just like, well, you're not gonna find much older than me.
Oh my god.
That'd be like one of those situations where you'd kiss for information, not out of liking somebody.
Oh my gosh.
That's
When did we meet a Herschel?
We met a Herschel?
Herschel. Yeah, we did. He was I don't have him on the list. No, I do.
No, he is on the list. I just happened to see his
He's the
name
one
there.
that Bo offended. On the
Oh,
Inkwells
at the tower.
The wizard.
That's right. Both walked away before he heard his name.
Gotcha.
Sorry, saying the one that Bo offended is not very helpful.
Yeah, but location helped. Knowing that it was at the tower, because that's the only person I really interacted with there.
Oh man. No, I saw Herschel and it made me think of the Herschel from
The Walking Dead.
Yeah, and I was like, where's the farmer Herschel that we've met?
Who is
there-
Urgin?
Urgent Campbell, that's one of the Goliaths. Stan had a conversation with him off screen one time when she went to talk to Lear about some things, learned a lot about Kalane's family and how things work. Funeral rites, that kind of thing.
Is there really anywhere in the Peace District that we haven't visited yet? Right? We live in the Peace District?
Yeah, but I don't. I feel like there probably would still
We don't
be
have a map.
places. We all have a map,
It's
but
true.
we also have only gone to very specific places in there. I feel like Bo's the only one that's gone aimlessly wandering.
That is true. Have we ever been
Well,
back
he
to
had
that
some
area where
aim,
Bo
but
went
he has
wandering?
wandered. Well, I don't think any of you have gone to the area that he wandered, because he's always wandered it alone.
Oh yeah, that he went back there the other day.
Yeah, that's when
yeah,
the kids
kid.
tried pickpacking him.
Mm-hmm.
You not visited the residence ward?
What is that?
Probably where the residents live.
Is that? Oh yeah, that makes sense. There are two parts. Snow needs to go visit.
So does go there. You mean that
No,
Stan and Bo
went there.
didn't like go everywhere when we were like figuring out we were working with who was it, Moonridge and Canyon on like protection and learning about everywhere?
Well, Bo Bailey stayed with them, so
Bo did go.
Staya may have gone. I think a lot of that was perimeters around the outside of the wall, though, not
Probably.
necessarily inside, from the sounds of
Who
it.
knows?
When would Snow have gone there? Because I was thinking it was
No
when
played it in
we
the
were in the
park.
rally district.
No.
It was when he played in the park. I
So
thought.
one of the
Wow,
mornings he woke up early. That's when he got the tea from Rosita, and then he started playing it in there. Then you walked by with Sierra, and you guys met up at the park.
Oh, gotcha.
Sierra.
Dan probably got a view of the various wards. Bo at least has a map of it.
Stan will remember.
Stan has an iron mind.
I don't think she has keen mind, does she?
Not yet. It's on my list of possibilities for her.
Is that a feat?
Yeah.
Mhm.
It was one of the ones that we were looking at when we were coming up with your one-shot character.
Oh,
That's the one that makes it so you remember everything from the last month.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I think her next feat will actually be observant, though. I want to get that one for her.
I feel like there are some feats that I had identified for Viola, but I don't remember what they are. When do we get another feat?
You get
Level
so
8.
what level? Well, what level are you for fighter?
Oh, fighter.
6.
If you're level 6, I think
I
you just
think.
got a feat.
No, I'm
no, you're
level
level
4.
4.
We're
Yeah,
total
so you
6.
have 2 levels to go because I think you get another one at 6 for being a fighter because fighters get the most feats options.
Fighters get the most ability score increases and feat opportunities.
Oh. Look at me.
You also are human, so you also had the ability to have one right off the bat.
I did?
Yeah, with variant human. So
Well, I
there's
don't
two
think
different.
I'm a variant human. I
So
think
there's
I'm a
two different
regular
options. There's the base human, which gives you an ability score increase in every ability thing. But then the variant, you only get 2 ability score increases by 1, but then you also get a feat.
human. What's the difference between a variant human and a regular human?
What
That's
I
what you
just said.
One of them, you get to increase all your ability scores by 1. The other one, you get to increase 2 ability scores by 1, but you also get a free feat.
But so okay, so like what's the role playing thing that makes
Nothing.
it variant?
It's not anything. It's just that
Well, why
there's
am I not a variant human?
probably because
Because you
you
select
didn't
it.
notice when it was there. You didn't phone a friend when you were making a character. I totally would have suggested you doing that.
I don't
'Cause
even
you-
see variant human in the list.
It's not an. It's an
It's
additional
in-
Start
so
with a
it's
Z,
not-
right?
You know, so in order for you to see it, if you're just looking at races, you have to select human because it won't show up as a variant beyond that. But then when you're looking at building a character, variant human comes up on its own.
Gotcha. Learn something new every day. Viola hasn't
Yeah,
used
that's
her
one of the
password
reasons
yet.
why a lot of people will pick human because they want that feat at the very beginning.
A lot of
Yeah,
my
so
DMs
if
that I do
you
this too in IDM will give free feats at the beginning because it's just fun.
Mhm.
yeah, if you look at the race, it's at the very bottom. But the thing is that campaigns technically can even view... The reason why it's called a variant human is because, in theory, campaigns don't have to allow feats. Feats are technically an option.
Oh.
But I don't know of any campaign that wouldn't allow it, and I don't really know of any reason why you wouldn't want to... Like, I don't know, it just
Yeah.
seems...
Just depends on what style of game you're wanting.
Yeah.
Feats can complicate things, so if you're trying to keep it more streamlined, you might not go for that
Yeah.
and just keep with the ability score increases.
I mean, to each their own. I wouldn't want to
Mhm.
take part in it, but that's just me knowing I wouldn't want to take part in it. But that doesn't
Yeah.
make it wrong. Oh.
Like finding so many notes that I made on Viola's backstory that I didn't know that I made.
You want to share any of them?
Her favorite food is honey chicken.
Aww, you should get Lear to make that.
She wants to ask Lear to make it. She's been keeping an eye out for it on like the menus when they go. Ooh,
What was Bo's favorite food before he got turned?
Black pudding.
No, I feel like it was like a lot of his favorite things. I feel like goes around baked goods.
I thought you were gonna say bacon. I'm like, oh, Lear's bacon roses.
No, it would be around baked goods. I would say is probably like his top things.
Huh. Baked goods are the best. I need to make cookies this week because open house is next Tuesday and I'm not prepared at all.
Oh no.
My classroom is not ready, like even a little bit.
Dang, I forget you'll start so much later.
Are you guys already going to school?
We had our back to school bash last night. I think classes start tomorrow.
Oh, so you're like a week ahead of us.
Some schools started last week too.
I know that I saw that some schools were starting on like the 2nd of August, and I'm like, that's crazy.
Yeah, I'm glad kids are going back to school. It'll make Dead by Daylight a little bit funny.
Except for the first week of school, whenever they don't have any homework to do, and so they just play video games all night anyways.
Well, no, because there's a lot of parents that just send their kids to bed.
Yeah. I mean, I've noticed, because my nephew plays Xbox, and we're friends on Xbox, and I've noticed that, like, all through the school year, I still see him on his Xbox pretty late at night. But he also, like, does, like, welding and, like, work study stuff, so he's not, like... having a bunch of like true homework stuff to do. Ouch.
Huh. This is a curious post.
What
It's
post?
a long post. There's I was looking at Reddit under the D&D Reddit, and somebody posted, DM mad I do a lot of damage with my paladin, so he keeps track of my spells to make sure I'm not lying. But, I mean, that sounds like a lot on the DM's portion to, like, want to keep up with. They could just use DnDBeyond and not have to worry about that. But, also, I wonder if there's potentially a reason why they're thinking you might be lying.
I feel like if you're a DM and you feel like one of your players isn't like trustworthy or is gonna lie or do those sorts of things in that way to make the game not fun, then like maybe they shouldn't be at your table.
Yeah.
Maybe this is the best group for y'all.
Yeah, I'm not somebody that likes micromanaging and stuff like that, so I would not enjoy being on either side of that situation. I feel like I wouldn't want to micromanage somebody.
With teaching a bunch, because there are a bunch of schools that require teachers to turn in their lesson plans for the next week, like on that Friday before, and some schools even require it like a whole month in advance. And I'm like, I feel like that's kind of a slight on you as an administrator if you're hiring people into your district that you think you need to have do that in order to be doing their job. Like, if you didn't trust that person, why would you hire them?
I'm kind of curious on this story. The Sad Barbarian Stories is the title of this. Oh, apparently this is just done like an hour ago. Oh, it's so long. No. Why are people writing essays for this?
D&D peeps are storytellers, that's why.
Yeah, well, we don't need that kind of story.
Says the man with like 200 pages of backstory.
I mean, I have that mostly in my mind.
Jordan said that you shared the doc with him and it was super long.
The doc? I mean, I don't remember. I mean, it's original backstory. I don't think it's more than 3 pages. I think Jordan just might not like reading. I don't know, but I don't think 3 pages for a backstory is that long. The silent DM. How can you even be a silent DM?
I do think it could be kind of fun to try playing like a mute character or a deaf character at some point in time.
I've done a mute character before. So I did a mute character, so it was my second character that I made. So I put him as a warlock, and he was a he was the oh my gosh, why am I blanking on it? He was the Great Old Ones. He was Pact of the Great Old Ones, so he was able to telepathically communicate to people, but he can only do it one at a time. But basically, he was supposed to be a wizard, and he went and was rummaging through his teacher's stuff, and he came across a grimoire that got him into a pact with Dendar without him meaning to. So as punishment, his teacher made him mute and cast him out.
Oh my gosh!
Wow.
That's crazy. I was just looking at my Pinterest, and I have a Pinterest board for Razia, and so I opened it to look at it, and it's pretty much all just pictures that remind me of Stayin.
Love that. I love other people's obsession with her too. It's great.
I love Stayin. I wish sometime that we could go back and do some role playing from when Stayin and Viola were on the road together.
I'm sure we could at some point.
The Adventures of Viola and Stayin. Oh, Bren said she played a mute too.
Yeah.
Viola would probably die if she went mute.
It was hard enough when she couldn't talk for a couple minutes.
I know.
With the cloud.
Oh, well, this one's a super short story. Kidnapped by the DM.
Hey,
We're
that
not
might be our future.
It says, I was about 18, enjoyed a campaign with a well thought out and beloved character, and the DM kidnapped her from the group with his creepy villain character and had. Okay, well,
Oh.
we're done there. Taking notes. Don't take notes on that, friend. The delay. The delay.
No, Bren, no! Oh, she's taking notes because
Yeah.
it's the Mike that wants to kidnap us, so then that makes sense.
Yeah.
Oh
no, my
This
notes.
is why we pre-read. This is why we pre-read. Oh no, my notes. Oh, Bren.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
It's fine. Everything's fine.
So who is your? I forget. I know that you made a backup character, Catherine, but what is the?
Oh. Well, their name is Noelle. And one sec, let me pull them up. Because I've made a lot of characters since then. I have 96 characters on D&D Beyond.
Yeah, I have.
Oh my gosh.
I have 28.
I have 9.
Well, I think 9's the limit, isn't it?
6 is the limit without paying.
Oh,
isn't
I
it?
didn't realize you paid for it.
Mm-hmm. Because I didn't want to get rid of any characters. They're too special to me.
I see. That's how they get you. You know, you could
Yeah.
just print out character sheets.
Well, I have like character sheets in here for Viola's parents too, and I don't want to like lose them.
I see. I didn't make any for all of the NPCs. I just came up with like basic grasp for what their the classes would be.
Yeah,
But-
I only did Viola's mom and dad because they're purgers.
I see.
Tell us the ways of your backup character, Catherine.
So my backup character, I need to level her up. Her name's Noelle, and she's a water genasi. She's a cleric again, because clerics are fun, and it gets me free lore. I think her domain was Tempest. Yeah, Tempest domain cleric. It's all about storms. I think she could be very fun.
Wait, what was her race, or did you not say that?
Water genasi.
Oh, okay, sorry, I missed that.
You're good.
Yeah, I don't know. I made like a couple of characters that I thought could be fun if something happened with Bo. But some of the characters that I made up, I realized I would want to play them like starting from a fresh campaign instead of like joining into a middle of one.
I feel like Lear and this girl would be friends. I also actually think that this girl and Bo would get along. Her name is Olive Bean Button.
I mean, so far it's not looking good as far as their friendship goes. Whoever the last person that said their name to Bo, and Bo is just Bo is very critical of people's names, if you recall.
Bo would love Noelle then.
I mean, Noelle, I mean, from the sounds of it, he wouldn't have any objections to it.
There has to be a
He's
pun
doing
in her
fine
name
with staying.
somehow. So I'm trying to think of what the last name could be.
I'm dropping it. You'll figure it out.
I need for when you get my favorites killed. Let me see.
Oh, I hate you.
There's just no L in the name. I mean, as long as all he had to do was call her Noelle, he would be fine. If he had to pronounce what was actually written there, he would
Eminopi.
just probably call you Tempest or something. Maybe Tempe, if they get on good terms. It'll be her nickname.
Oh my gosh.
Actually, think about it. I don't think Bo is like ever like stuck to a nickname with any of the party members. I think he was calling Stan Stonewall for a little bit at the beginning.
Mhm.
But that ended up being longer to say than it was worth, so he hasn't.
I feel like Bo is the only person that I don't see potentially like dying in combat. I don't know why. I could see him like leaving of his own like volition or whatever, but I don't know. I feel like Bo's gonna outlast us all. I mean, he will eventually, but like, I mean, in this campaign.
I do have a plan, a few plans that would also improve his chances of not dying in combat. Yeah, a character, I mean, in theory, well, actually, maybe I would take a feat just to give this one character just like a little bit of spells, because there is a character that I was intrigued to play, but they aren't a caster of any sort, so I'm just like, I don't know. But it would be a multi-class of a Way of Mercy monk with a rune knight or whatever.
Interesting.
Fighter?
Rune knight?
Yeah, or whatever the fighter is that does runes.
Yeah, rune knight.
His entire thing was to have very high wisdom and insight, and he's also blind. So he was going to have the blind fighting style from Fighter, and then also have alert, so that way he wouldn't attacks against him wouldn't have advantage.
Nice.
So
yeah, I really enjoyed playing the rune knight with Joan Stonecutter.
Yeah, and that additional thoughts, because he would be a Calistar for that one, so it was going to be like the explanation for why he can sense things around him in general was going to be because one of the Calistar quirks is being impacted by people's emotions, so it was going to have to do with feeling people's emotions, and it forms like their general like aura basically. And so because of that, he can see the people that are around him.
Interesting.
That is really cool.
But he doesn't have magic, so I don't...
That reminds me of, oh, what's her name? Emily something, I think.
Emily?
Oh my gosh.
I just have like three... I think I do have 3 different character sheets for Bo.
A bunch for studying different combinations of classes to try things out, different level up versions, all kinds of stuff.
Yeah. I have a past character sheet, a present character sheet, and a future character sheet.
You know who Emily Axford is?
No idea.
Okay, so she's one of the Dimension 20 people that plays in that. Did you ever watch Fantasy High or any of the
I did see Fantasy High.
Okay, so she's the one that had the guitar.
Okay, yeah, I do know her.
Fig?
Well, know of her, Fig, yeah.
So she plays a bard in that one. Well, there's 2 other ones that she's done, and apparently she's like the same way as you, is she like always wants all of her characters to have magic. And in the one where they have, it's like based in New York City, she plays a monk, and she ended up taking some levels of something, I don't remember what, so that she could have spells.
Probably if I had to guess, a druid or a cleric, because she would probably have high wisdom.
It might have been a cleric. I'm not 100% sure.
Yeah, I could see that being the case with if she was primarily a monk. Yeah. One of the characters that I'm thinking for campaign 2 would also be a multi-class character. And they would be a combination of Bard College of Spirits and Warlock of the Undying? Is that what it is?
Interesting.
Yeah, it looks like cleric monk.
Is that what I did? Yeah, the undead. So he'd be an undead warlock with also that one for the spirits bard, which the spirits bard has guidance and they can cast it at a range, which I think is really cool. You have a 30-foot range.
Guidance is really helpful.
Yeah. Especially when you also already have Jack of all trades plus guidance.
Stack all the bonuses, baby.
Yeah. Yeah, guiding whispers is what it's called. You can reach out to spirits to guide you and others. You learn the guidance cantrip, which doesn't count against the number of bard cantrips you know. For you, it has a range of 60 feet when you cast it.
Dang.
That's nice.
Yeah. I also like the idea of him just doing a bunch of improv stories, which is why I liked him, because you do tales. And he was gonna be a changeling.
Ooh.
Yeah, I think back in the day I shared an image of the concept for him. I can find that. Or a Hero Forged mini that I made for him that I like the concept of. I did make Hero Forge minis of a vast majority of NPCs from Bo's story.
I have not done that. I should make a good list of all the
Yeah, I have
NPCs
his
and see.
entire family and various other people all made in Hero Forge,
Oh, really?
as well as like multiple different styles of him.
I think Hero Forge is useful, but it's not my favorite, to be honest.
Yeah. I think it's my go-to for what it does,
Mhm.
but I don't know if I would say like I played video games with character creators that I like more than Hero Forge.
Yeah. What if I just started using The Sims for everything? Create Viola's whole backstory in The Sims.
Oh boy.
I found what I'm looking for.
Especially if I started getting into the custom content, downloading specific hairstyles and things.
But if you look at the stream, this is the character I'm thinking.
Ooh.
Oh yeah, I think
Yeah,
I've
I
seen
remember
character
him.
art of him before.
Yeah, so that's why he has like so much going on with like his face, is because he's
Okay, how do you
changeling.
get makeup on Hero Forge people?
You go
So
to
for
color?
that, yeah, you go to color, and then body and theme does that, but then you want to go to decals, and then you can do it from all of these. That's how you can do like the multiple colors there. And some of the shirts and stuff like that, you can put like different designs on. So like if I click on this, I could add a pattern to, like I could put hearts in places if I wanted to. I don't necessarily, or pattern B. See it impacted right there. So it does offer a lot more versatility than things, but it can also be a pain to like try and make it versatile.
Yeah.
But yeah.
You can do a lot of different layers of makeup on the face. You can do different scars, different facial hair, different whatever. There's a lot to play with.
I spent stinking forever looking for makeup when I was working on my Hero Forge mini for the original one shot we were supposed to do today, and I never found it. So my girl went makeupless.
Not makeupless.
She will be makeupless no more.
Trying to see if there's other minis here.
Oh, see, I'm like in a whole new world. I did not know that this is how this worked.
Yeah. Oh, I can show you one of Bo's childhood friends.
Ooh! I want to know all the things about Bo that there are to know.
So there's this person.
Ooh, he looks fun.
Interesting.
Who else?
Studies.
Yeah, the name is actually inspired from one of my favorite video games.
What video game is that?
Tales of Vesperia.
Mm.
I've never heard of that.
Some of the NPCs I would probably I made them before Hero Forge like updated some of the like face things. So I don't know if I would stick to their faces as is right now, but I don't have the ambition to go back and change it. But also because a lot of the people he wouldn't know what they look like now, potentially, depending on how much has changed. But so this is what I made for his mom.
Aww. She
Sitting
looks
on a
like
little
such
stump.
a fun lady. She looks like a Midwestern. Like she'd have that thick Midwestern
She looks
accent.
like a Midwestern.
Bo and all his friends come back for. That's what she would do. Yeah.
I have Vash's brother here, but I don't think I should show that yet. Oh,
Hi, bud.
I don't know about keeping like this hat on. I kind of picked the hat for this character just because I thought it was funny. But I don't know if he would actually be wearing this hat, but this would be Bo's teacher and also Esteli's father.
Mm.
Yeah, I'm not convinced on keeping the hat, but yeah.
I think you should keep the hat.
I think you should keep the hat. I like it. It feels very teacher coded to wear a hat like that.
Teacher coded.
And that's coming from a teacher.
See, I see. Man, they're scattered around in here. I forgot about all of like the disguises that I made for Bo, like Bo old man.
Bo old man, this I need to see.
I'm pretty sure you shared several of these with us before.
Yeah. It would look like that, apparently. I don't even remember when I made this.
Oh, that guy looks like he would have drinks with Goro.
He kind of, I don't know if I was thinking of like Merlin when I was making him, but he definitely reminds me of somebody that you would see in Merlin.
I can see that. I'm learning so much about Hero Forge right now. This is actually just an educational video for me. Pour moi.
Pour moi. Oh, I found his youngest sister.
You need to meet all of these people. Aww.
She's a spunky girl.
Aww. She looks like your mom.
I mean, so I went back and forth between the father's facial structure and the mother's facial structure for a lot of the characters to make, because they're a family.
That's one thing I like about The Sims is you can do the genetics to create children.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can go backwards though. It would be cool if you could go backwards.
So this character is not the youngest sister, but she's younger than Bo. And she is the one that it appears owns that magic shop, the Scarlet A, or...
Ooh. The Scarlet A?
I think it was Scarlet A. But Enwin.
I like her.
Ooh.
Sam would like her, maybe.
She has a similar vibe to stay in, that's for sure.
Depends on where she falls on the whole undead magic side.
Oh, yeah. No, everybody knows now in Gratimano that Stayan's a necromancer, so it's
So
fine.
this is his brother that he. So I mean, like he gets along with all his family, but there was a family member that he's like, you can get a bit annoying. It would be this guy.
Always one of them.
These two did not get along like all the time. Overall, they would.
Oh, I can tell. He looks like he'd get along with Viola.
Yeah, he looks like he's Viola's type.
Maybe Viola can marry into the family.
Perhaps. I mean, she's already interested in older men, so you might as well go. Because he's older than Bo.
Oh, man.
And then their oldest brother is... Man, I haven't looked at these people in a while. He's got a pretty good looking family.
You make me want to go make Stayan's family in Hero Forge. I might have to.
I mean, I recommend it. For me, it helps like creating stories for them to like having made them and like coming up with like quirks and stuff like that.
Ooh.
Like for
He looks a
example,
little bit like Zuko and his sister.
oh, I see.
Oh.
But for example, so he doesn't have a cape on because he's in uniform. But one of the things about him is he wanted to wear a cape and he was very distraught over the fact that there was no capes for his uniform. So that's part of the reason why Bo got a cape and kept it for as long as he did.
Oh. Bo was so much more sentimental and sweet than I thought he could be when we first met him.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like we need to see more of this side of him.
Then I think the last person is really... Oh, I can also show you the Helena that's not the cat-looking human thing from Journey. And this is his father, which, I mean, he has a stern face here, but this is more for his public image than his family image.
Oh. So this is where your older brother gets it from.
Ooh. Looks like he and Ellikin would get along.
I don't know. Because Ellikin doesn't... I mean, it really just depends on how well
I'm just going off vibes.
Yeah, it really
I feel
depends
like
on
you
how
don't
well
really know
Ellikin
Ellikin that
actually
well.
treats his wife, because he treats his wife very well. So I made him and his wife like complementary classes. So he is a lunar sorcerer and she is a stars druid.
Ooh.
Ooh.
That is cool.
Give you one guess what class Viola's parents are.
Fighter.
Can you guess the subclass though?
Champion.
No. They're both different ones.
But here's Helena as was envisioned.
Nice.
There's a sword cane on her side. And a
Helena's an
flute.
incredibly fun character.
Mm-hmm. I want to get back to Perula again. Like, I want to see her again.
Oh, I can. So do you remember that we came across a gnome in the woods? I do actually have a mini for him. And it
It was
definitely...
a
Bo
gnome?
was
I
scared
thought it
of.
was a goblin.
No, he had goblins by him, but he was actually a gnome.
Oh.
And his AI image definitely doesn't do him too good of justice, but we worked with what we had. So this is him.
Ooh. Spunky little guy.
Yeah. But the reason I know that when they came across him, that if he made all of his hits, he could kill Bo in one turn. So that's how it's like, we need to leave now.
Bo was scared.
Rattle.
What we came across him now? Do you feel better about our chances?
Collectively, maybe a bit more, but I think that it depends on terrain. Like, I feel like there's variables that could cause difficulty. But yeah, I also think it depends on if it was one-on-one, because he also had goblins by him then, so we were already going to have multiple things to contend with.
Both of Stan's parents are like normal people, right? They don't have like character sheets. That's what I thought.
They just like
As
normal
far as I know.
Yeah, that's true. Things could have changed since
I
you
mean,
left.
her
Maybe
dad lost
you
a foot.
Yeah, that is true. Quite the misstep there.
Oh, wow.
It's okay, he deserved it.
Oh, I forgot that I even made a pirate version of Bo.
A pirate bow?
Yeah, because remember he gave her the pirate attire, but I made this like months before then.
We need a pirate Nora.
Yeah,
Nora
so this
has
is
a Hero Forge mini, doesn't she?
This is him using the eye patch and then the pirate hat.
Oh.
I haven't looked at
Very nice.
these minis in a while. I think I have over 100 on this page.
Oh my gosh.
Well, because I also have saved a lot of your minis.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Oh, there is a character. I don't know when I would want to play him, but there's a character that I really like the idea of, but I haven't gotten to. His name is Florence Fawnhopper.
I have 10 minis and 4 of them are Viola.
So he is a gothic styling looking fawn who is very giddy and happy all the time. The entire reason why he has like a gothic style was just to get into like the person of necromancy. But it doesn't fit his personality at all.
When you lie on the application and you get the job anyways.
So the idea was that he wanted to get into a very prestigious university, but in order to get in there, he needed to stand out amongst a lot of the applicants. Being a fawn, a lot of the other applicants were all like using other schools of magic, and there wasn't many interested in necromancy because of the fact that it's so dark. So he decided to embrace and dedicate his time towards that because he would stand out. And in order to stand out even further, he made it sure to look the part too, to put that impression in their minds, and it worked.
Huh. Exactly. When you lie on the application. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. I made a staff, and because they had a staff that looks like a big old hand, so I came up with the concept of a bone tree that sprouts in another... essentially another like a death-like dimension where there's like been an area where a lot of death has happened. A bone tree will begin to grow there, and so that was his request when he got into the university, was for that staff.
Huh. Interesting.
Yeah, I made him like years ago, maybe like 2020.
Dang. I don't even know. I think 2020 was when I first started watching Dimension 20, which is what kind of first got me into D&D. Oh my gosh, there's this person whose stream I've been watching because they rated my stream, and so we've just been like kind of become friends. And I've been trying to explain to him what D&D is, and it's the most frustrating thing to try and do through text ever, because he doesn't understand any of the things that I try to compare it to.
Oh no.
That would be difficult.
I forgot
Yeah.
about female bow.
Female bow?
Yeah, if he ever had to pass off.
Oh my gosh.
Look at how
So
pretty
this is
he
for
is.
the
Even wearing heels.
this is for the episode where we go to the ball.
Such grace.
He is beauty. He is grace. He is.
He will bite you in the face.
Good possibility.
That was so perfect. Oh my gosh. That's great. Ooh,
Yeah, I
You getting
did.
tired?
I am. I've been trying to get back on my school schedule, and that means waking up at 5 a.m. So
I did want it
Yeah.
with both Bo and Viola being like fancy gowns, and because I was like, I feel like,
oh really?
yeah, well,
That looks pretty similar. I have a Hero Forge mini of Viola in a
yeah,
fancy
I took
dress.
your. Oh, you mean in that similar dress?
And
see.
I chose a similar one for her. I think I chose the same top, but I chose a different bottom.
Yeah.
I like that Bo has so much more makeup on.
Well, I think some of it is just like pale skin in general, but yeah, he also has some blush.
Wait, does she have a crown on?
Yeah,
Oh wait, I have a crown on her Hero Forge mini.
yeah,
That's
you
just
do.
a different crown from what I have on her.
Yeah, I spruced it up for a fancy thing.
She would never take off her crown. I wish they would have their elbows linked. That would make it so much better.
Yeah, it was hard navigating them. Hero Forge gives you the option of putting two people on a pedestal, but it also functions like it doesn't want you to.
Yeah, it's a pain.
I don't understand the piercings on there because I was trying to do some stuff with the piercings and the nose piercing was like literally all of this part of her face.
Well, you
What?
gotta understand they're trying to 3D print something
Yeah, that's true.
this
Yes.
big.
In
Yeah.
general, the idea is that you would get 3D models printed of them. You're not necessarily supposed to use them for just like visuals itself.
Right.
Yeah, and you're limited in just how small you can actually make details on something
Mhm.
and actually have it come out.
Yeah, like I don't think I would ever try to actually paint any of these minis, especially with the detail that I put
Yeah.
on there.
That would be hard. I would like to
Yeah.
have someone else make me a Viola mini though, so I could have her on my shelf.
I mean, you can
Maybe
buy
keep her on my
these.
desk.
You can
Yeah, you
buy
can
these
buy
and you can
them.
get them fully colored.
Oh, you can like buy them where they're like they'll send them to you and it's already
Yeah, you
colored?
can hit. Yeah, so if you go to your characters, so if you hit the heroes button, for example, you can then
Mhm.
select a character, and up at the top there's purchases.
Mhm.
So you can just purchase your people, and you could decide to get them metal, you can get them plastic, you can get them colored, you can get them uncolored.
Mm.
That's why for certain things, like if you look at certain weapons or something like that, they have like a note that it cost more for it.
Yeah, like if I wanted to get stay in with her wings, it would cost more because it'd be a bigger
Mm-hmm.
one.
I knew that you could download the file, and I honestly thought about doing that because I have access to a 3D printer at school. Then I was like, when am I ever gonna actually go and do that?
Yeah. I had a friend that tried 3D printing, and it's not easy.
It's tricky, especially like on some of the printers that the school has, because they're not gonna buy the like highest end whatever. But I had a student do a science project not last year but the year before where she was creating a mobile water quality testing apparatus.
What?
And so she was 3D printing the like body of the thing she was building and the propeller, excuse you, sir, and the propellers and like the lid, and she was like trying to 3D print so that there was like threading, and it was rough, but she got it all printed and she got it to work and it would move around in the water.
Pretty cool.
I forgot I
It was
made
pretty neat.
I made a mini for when, what was it, Daffy's Dukes came up and they
Mhm.
were like still
Mhm.
drying out. The way that Bo would have looked as they approached. I forgot I made a mini for that. But I was,
Waterlogged bow.
yeah.
His makeup running. Is that a scar?
Yeah.
Oh wait, I think that was just. archer
Yeah,
stuff.
it was described that he had a scar on his chest. And that's the way that his tattoo looked at the moment.
Cool. He should have made it look like the lady that he tried to kill.
Wait, what lady?
The snake lady.
Yuanti.
Oh. Oh, I guess it would have been after that. Yeah, no, he usually does it like animals or plants. And he does that particularly because of his youngest sister, who's also a druid.
Aww.
Who's also a druid.
Because the mom's a druid.
His mom's
I
a
did say
druid.
that.
Oh, I missed that.
So the mom's a druid and the youngest sister is a druid.
So that's where the necklace situation comes into play.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like that was stated in the group chat, but you may have missed it.
I miss a lot of things, okay?
Yeah, because Kathy was just like, I think she was trying to ponder if that was his mom or not, and I basically just confirmed it in there.
Yeah.
You guys do so much. I go to sleep at a normal person time and wake up to like 200 messages. I don't know how. Hey, it will be better this year because the school that I'm switching back to, I get like an hour where I have my lunch and then I have my planning time right back to back so I can be on my phone and look at Discord messages.
You know-
Oh, man.
Oh, I do have a late game version of Bo on here too.
And it's even funnier because I'm pretty sure David said something about at the beginning of the summer about me not missing Discord messages or being in the loop on Discord or something. And
I picture Bo like this in like a couple of levels. Oh, well, it also
Ooh.
depends on when he would get the trench coat. That's on Bren for when
Ooh,
he
what
would
is
get
that blade?
That's his shadow blade. It's how I picture it. Remember that spell that I said that you should choose?
Manifestation of his
Mhm.
gloom.
Yeah, I made it look
That's
like a
cool.
katana with smoke coming out of it.
Yeah, that's super cool. He's also got some streaks in his hair.
Mm-hmm.
It does.
He's
They
gonna dye
should
his
be
hair.
gray for him having to deal with all the shenanigans, not black.
It's black like his soul.
Ooh, man, sorry.
No, you're good. If we wanted to, we can probably call it a wrap up here.
Oh, hey, Josh, welcome back.
Oh, Josh is here.
Oh, is there Josh?
Yeah, just there's like if we wanted to, I just went through like all of these minis that I made.
We get to see Bo's whole family. They're amazing. And I need
Mhm.
because Bo has a nice normal family.
We need to reunite them.
We do.
Which it seems like, I think David said that if we mention things about concerns about Fendella or whatever, then he would want to head up that way, I think.
Yeah,
Our party just once again needs to communicate a little better.
yeah, because Helen had told him a little bit about something that was going on in Fendella, but she also didn't make it sound like it was an immediate concern or anything like that. She said that there was some military movement.
Mm.
So we'll have to see. But that would be very far out of our reach. So there are
Yeah.
immediate concerns in
road
the
trip.
area we're at. But maybe once we have these rubies all sorted out, we could take a road trip up north. It would be a nice change from the blazing heat.
Yeah, that's true.
I've just thought about how we're going to be in the swamp. but
Let's go.
But he's
It's like the
probably gonna be
backyard.
trudging around like how he was when the Daffy's Dukes came along. Just walking around in his boxers.
Oh my gosh.
And the makeup running down his face.
Potentially if the sweat's bad enough. But he doesn't need, I mean, his armor class
It
is all
must be
from magic,
cooler,
so he
though.
doesn't need all of that. He could be in his boxers and have still a 20 AC.
Oh my gosh.
Wait, what did you say about being cooler?
It's supposed to be getting cooler as time goes on, right?
I mean, in theory, but we'd be heading south in order to get to the
Right.
swamp. So
Yeah,
we'd
no, I
be...
get that.
So I guess it just depends on how long it's going to take us to start heading south.
It's
Because
probably gonna take us a
either...
long time, you know, like a whole 3 days.
Well, so it's either going to be... Because it sounded like after we go to Fate Shop, we are still needing to decide if we are staying in the town or a city to try and confront those people now that we know that they're all in the city, or if we're still planning on going straight to the swamp and investigating there. So I guess it depends on what we decide on seems to be the most pressing thing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't, when we were talking about leaving, I don't think we also realized that there was all those people in there. So situation changed from the start of the session to the end of the session.
Yeah.
So I have to determine what we're going to do with Nina.
Punch her.
I mean, she's a walking walkie-talkie.
Aren't
that-
all walkie-talkies
no, with
walking
that-
in some
With that
sense?
crystal on her back, she's like a
We
walking
could try and take it
eavesdrop.
out.
I mean, Bo's up for a little bit of surgery.
I mean, Viola will help since it's on Nina.
I mean, as long as Stayan's on cleric duty, like she should be fine. Assuming trying to take it out wouldn't just activate it and she changes anyway. It's a risk we're willing to take. Or wait a minute. Or does Gentle Repose only work on the dead?
Gentle repose. I'm gonna pull it up.
Because in theory, maybe if you did Gentle Repose on her before we started, because if
You
they
touch
turn...
a corpse or
Oh.
other remains.
I see. Well, then that wouldn't work.
Don't spare the dying, though, you know? Stabilize a creature with 0 hit points.
Well, I was thinking if she just got turned, because I don't think all those other people out there were dead and then came back. I think they just got turned on the spot from the sounds of it. So if fiddling with that crystal trying to take it out activates it and she switches, we want to have a chance to... No, be gentle.
You know? We tried our best. I don't know.
We could just try it when she's by one of the windows and then she starts turning.
her
We
out.
push her out the window.
She goes through the one window and into the other window of the other room.
She ends up in the bathroom. Because that's how the windows were facing. That's assuming if we do it from the study. Because that was the study's situation.
I think that's where she's at right now. Isn't she?
I think she was in
No, she's in
Nora's
the
room.
bedroom.
Because she
Yeah.
collapsed on the bed.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Yeah, so I think that Nora was put in the study by Bo when they went down, when he was on his way down to fight.
Stay out of the way.
Yeah. I mean, she definitely was in a state.
She was. Ooh. Hey, just 2 weeks till we start up again.
True.
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited.
I know, I need it back. I miss it.
I feel like I don't even remember who Viola is anymore.
I spend probably a couple hours a day thinking about Bo and his story, so I still have a pretty fresh idea on that. But yeah, it will be good to get back into the swing of things.
Yeah.
I'm also... Oh, wait a minute. I think I just... Oh my goodness. It's begun.
What?
His hand could be facing inwards at the beginning. So, Kevin's been working on something. The sticker thing. And he just sent me a rendition of it. I'll try and post it in the group. But I need to use my phone to do it, because otherwise it's gonna be all over the stream.
If you want to see the sticker eventually, you should join our server, or we'll start using them whenever you're done.
Oh, keep current selection. Yeah, he had a question, so this isn't going to be at all the finished product, but it's the concept. If you go into the RS thing, you could see it.
That's fantastic.
Oh.
Yeah. They asked me some questions that I still need to follow up on, but yeah, I think it'll be pretty good. And it was inspired from his interaction with Nina.
I mean, look, Nina, I feel like she's really just the messenger in all this. She didn't... I'm not saying she's good, I'm not saying I like her, but I feel like she's not on the hook for a lot of what Rosita did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's on the hook for what she did to Viola with her rude words.
Yes.
Yeah, Bo, if he views somebody as an enemy, they're an enemy, is basically like his thing with it. Now, if something changes and like for some reason she's not, then there can be a discussion on that. But as far as he's concerned, like if you're actively trying to oppose and cause harm, then he doesn't necessarily care the level of your involvement as long as you're aiming at that.
Well, she might want out now.
Yeah, so
she entered the house.
If she's genuine about wanting, like, changing and wanting out, he would give her the chance. But if she ended up showing back up and was like in a situation where she's stabbing them in the back again, he would not give her he would not give her leeway after that. So he'd give her one chance. But if she does it again, he would not hesitate. And considering we all know that she is under like 20 health or 24 health, he could probably kill her in one turn. All right, well, I should probably start getting ready for bed because I think I went to bed yesterday at like 1 because I decided to make a character.
Oh my gosh.
I had a concept, and so I made the concept, and I made the concept all the way up to level 20, and I made adjustments per level just to keep up with everything. So the character ended up pretty cool, and I like him, and he slightly has like, there were concepts of his personality that would have been inspired by Alistair. But not in its entirety. Like, I like the story that I have connected to him.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah. So I think, unless you guys have opposition, I feel like this is probably a good place to call it.
I'm definitely ready for bed.
All right. Well, thanks for chatting.
Yeah, this is fun.
All right, and thanks everyone for hanging out. We'll be back next week with a one shot, I believe.
Next week we got a
Josh
cool one shot.
And is doing one with level 19 characters.
No, we're gonna.
Oh, are they
might
20?
Be level 20.
I think. Yeah, maybe if it changed. I know that it is either 19 or 20. I feel like
we'll be posting the details soon in our Discord server.
Yeah. So there'll be high level clerics or paladins. I think was the only options. And I think I know which cleric I'm gonna be. So
ooh, I'm thinking paladin for mine.
I'm thinking I'm torn between, I'm gonna see who's being cleric and what kinds, but I'm thinking either a death cleric or going for the so it'll be death cleric depending on what the other ones choose, or it's going to be a whiz clerics. Is it now I'm trying to remember. I need to know. I want to say, is it order? No, it's not order. Is it peace? Yeah, it's either going to be death or peace domain. Because death does like has a good amount of like damage opportunities, particularly with it. Whereas the peace domain, you create bonds, and you can use that to have everyone like be protected with using each other. So and it's not even using the channel divinity; it's just a first level thing. And by that, later on, like if somebody's about to get hit, somebody can use a reaction as long as they're a certain amount of feet away from that person to teleport within 5 feet of them and take the hit instead. So if that would have knocked down somebody, they could do that. And at the level that we're gonna be, whoever does that would also have resistance to whatever that damage is. so they would be taking it at less than the original target. So we could just be blinking around the entire battle map the entire time.
Oh my gosh.
So I'm going to see what other people are choosing, but those are the ones that I'm bouncing back and forth between.
Nice.
All right. Have a good night, everyone. Bye.
Good night.
Bye.